Right, we're back. We are back, baby. Let's have a look at the starting lineups. Onana, Delict, Maguire, Yoro. Okay. Mazraoui, Agate, Fernandez, Delo. And then Xerxes, Hoyland, Ericsson. Ericsson part of the front three? Surely not. Surely not. And then on that United bench, Gracic, Murdoch, Heaven, Obi, Casemiro, Garnacho. Not a lot of quality on that United bench. For Fulham, Leno, Castagna, Anderson, Bassi, Robinson, Lukic and Berger sitting with Traore, Pereira, Iwobi and Muniz. This is... And they've got lots of quality on the bench as well. Jimenez, Willian can come back on, Smith Rowe, pace there with Sessegnon. They've got a bit of stability with Diop, and Cuenca can come on. Marco Silva, I think, will get the better of him here. I'm going to back him to get the better of him. It's going to be a very, very interesting game. Let me know in the comments what you're thinking. Do we think that's a United win? Do we think it's a Fulham win? What score are we thinking? Let me know. Make sure you put in the comments. Just uploading the old thumbnail. Surprised he's gone with Muniz and not with Raul Jimenez, I've got to say. Very surprised. Very, very surprised. But, alas, here we go. We're about to kick off. It's going to be a very, very good game, this one, I think. And I think I'm still backing Fulham. I said 2-1 to Brighton in the Newcastle game, and it's proven to come true. 2-1 Brighton. And I have said 2-1 Fulham in this one, so I guess we'll see. We are off. We're officially off. Right, we're all synced up. We are all synced up with the clock. We're live. Manchester United 0, Fulham 0. Live in the FA Cup. It's going to be a huge, huge game. Really looking forward to this one. Let me know what you're thinking. It's going to be interesting to see how United line up in this one. Delo is on the left, and it looks like Ericsson's a little bit deeper. I was talking to a United fan before in the live watch-along for the Newcastle game, and they seem to think that Ericsson would be playing in the 10. And it looks already like that maybe isn't the case. Like maybe it's Bruno a bit further forward and Ericsson deeper alongside Agate. 4-3 last season here always haunts me. Yeah, you and me both, mate. Harvey Elliott in that one again. Harvey Elliott just shouldn't play in the FA Cup for Liverpool. He was dreadful against Plymouth, gave away the penalty, and it was Harvey Elliott's fault that we conceded against Amad Diallo here. Right, come on Fulham. Come on Fulham. Come on you Cottagers. Good play by Anthony Robinson. Iwobi drives them forward. We need a proper Manchester United shit-the-bed performance. That's what I'm hoping for. We need lots of misplaced passes. And United not quite... Oh, that's not a foul, ref. How are you giving that as a foul? Oh, this referee's already on one. He's already on one, I can tell. Who is it who's reffing this one? Who is it who's reffing it? Let's have a look. Let's have a look. The referee for this game is Stuart Atwell. What a surprise. Stuart Atwell, the guy who couldn't recognise when a ball had hit a side netting and he gave a goal. Ball in from Delo, very good play by Fulham to clear it away. Messi goat, Fulham will get a result today. I think so too, mate. I think so too. Absolutely agree with you. And even if I didn't agree with you, I'm hoping that you're right. Because I'm a Liverpool fan, so I'm hoping that that United don't go through here. So, come on Fulham. Adama Traore, good play. Skinned a couple. United 2, Fulham 3. Do you think so? I'm not sure there'll be that many goals in this. I think it's more likely to be 1-0 or 2-1 either side, maybe. Both sides have been a little bit shot shy in recent weeks. And it's a big pitch at Old Trafford as well. That often makes a difference. I'm a Liverpool fan too. Thoughts on Gordon missing the Carabao Cup final? Well, I don't think it makes a difference because I thought that Newcastle would struggle without him. Oh, sorry, with him. I thought Newcastle would struggle with Anthony Gordon, so without him, it's just going to make that a whole lot harder for him. But it doesn't change a huge amount. Look, they'll still have Isak. They'll still have, someone like Harvey Barnes in there. And Newcastle could yet appeal it. They might appeal it. You never know with the state of our FA and Premier League and all them who can appeal these decisions. It wouldn't surprise me if they turned it over. Although it was a very clear red card, I thought. Double-fisted in the back of the head. He's no complaints. It's a red and it's for violent conduct. So he definitely misses the next 2 for Newcastle. That's interesting. They've just showed the semi-automated offside system. They've just showed the cameras. I don't know if anyone else is watching this. They're just watching just showed the cameras for the semi-automated offsides, and there's 30 of them dotted in strategic positions across the pitch to get the best angle on the players and where they are in relation to the lines and all that sort of thing. So that was quite interesting. Can't wait for the Champions League though, feeling we have that Prem in our grasp. I think the Prem's done. I think we'll win the Carabao Cup and I think we'll get through against PSG. It'll then be whether or not we can do probably Real Madrid over 2 legs. But the way Real Madrid played against Real Betis the other night was an eye-opener. They were so poor. And the way Atletico Madrid played against Barcelona in the Copa del Rey, I wouldn't rule out Atletico beating Real in the quarters of the Champions League. I'm telling you. I mean, admittedly, we'd have to play Bruges or Villa first, so I'm not getting ahead of myself. If Liverpool were to beat PSG, we then have to play Bruges or Villa. I think we'd beat either of them over 2 legs. We've then got to play either Real or Atletico, assuming Arsenal doesn't make it through or PSV doesn't make it through. I think Real or Atletico would beat both of them comfortably. Yeah, but it's Madrid in the Champions League. No, I know. Madrid in the Champions League is a different prospect. They're a very, very good side. But we've already beat them in the Champions League once this season, haven't we? We've already beat them once. Conor Bradley put Mbappe on his arse, and I'm sure we can do it again. Thanks for the likes, everyone. Thanks for the gifts. Thanks for the sharing. If you can share the live, if you can like the live, it massively helps. We're only on 6 likes on TikTok. We're doing all right on Instagram and Facebook. If you can share the live, it massively makes a difference. Get a few more people in the chat. Trying to grow the channel. And yeah, thank you for supporting the channel. Makes a massive, massive difference. Beans on toast. What about beans on toast? I don't mind a bit of beans on toast. Although I've not had beans on toast for quite a while, actually. What do you think of dippy egg on toast? Dippy egg on toast's the winner. Or Dippy Egg and Soldiers, sorry. Oh, that's not good. Oh, I tell you what, if Adama goes down there, I think that might have been a question for the referee. Because I think it was Agate flies in on him. Right, Adama squared up below. He's tucked inside. Nah, he's not going at him. Not going at him. Come on, Fulham. There's a very real possibility. There's a very, very real possibility that Manchester United could be out of all competitions by next week. They play Real Sociedad this Thursday, and that's away in Sociedad. And then they've got Sociedad again the following week at Old Trafford. So, in 10 days' time, thereabouts, 10 days' time, Manchester United could be out of all competitions in the middle of March. It's good play. Muniz out to Traore. If you can get down the line. Dalot playing well. Good stands up to the back stick. Cleared away by Pereira. Oh, no. It's all United. It's all Fulham. Fulham have got most of the possession here. United just sitting off. It's not what we're used to seeing in the opening 10 minutes of games, actually, at Manchester United. United and Fulham are so poor. What is this passing? Yeah, I mean, the passing hasn't been great from either side, but Fulham have had most of the ball in the opening 10 minutes. Let's just have a quick check on the stats. What do the stats say? What does the stats say? 55% to Fulham, 45% to United. Fulham are the only team that's had a touch in the opposition box thus far. Here we go. It will be breaking forward down the side. Messi goal, 69. Egg, sausage, beans and black pudding. He's goated. Yeah, I'd agree with that. Egg, sausage, beans and black pudding on toast. I don't think you could have it on toast. I think it'd have to be on like a balm. I feel like Homer Simpson now. When he's, I feel like Homer when he's like that in The Simpsons going, oh. Yeah, I don't think you could put that on toast. It'd be too heavy. Again, it'd be like eating lead. But if you put it on a balm, cut it in half, dip a bit of red sauce. I don't really eat breakfast all that often. I'm never hungry when I wake up. Again, I know you wouldn't necessarily think that to look at me, but I don't like breakfast. Can take it or leave it. That's probably why I've lost quite a bit of weight, actually, in the last few months. Lost 3 stone in the last few months. Largely from just... I mean, I don't eat breakfast. So, that's just the switch. Ball into the box. Xerxes! Wow! Just over his head. And United win it back. They've got another chance here if they get the ball right. Fernandez! Oh, good save by Leno. Corner to United. Right. It's all kicking off. It's all kicking off. That is a good save from Leno, actually, because the ball bounces right in front of him. Corner to United. Comes out. United have wasted that chance. That's really poor. "12 minutes in. United 0, Fulham 0. Still... both teams feel like they're just finding their way into the game a little bit. Still feeling their way into the game. Fulham have probably had... well, they have had the most possession. We know that. United have just had the first shot on target of either side. Bruno Fernandes straight down, burned Leno's throat. And Hoyle's just done really well to win that there from Joachim Andersen. Ball into Eriksen's just not the same player he was, is he? You can just see he's not got the legs anymore. But United are pressing better. I'll give him the due. They are pressing a lot better. It's a much, much better start. Made in UKGB. Hope Mark Goldbridge is crying in 90 minutes. I like Mark Goldbridge. I do. I quite like Mark Goldbridge. I think he's funny. It's a ball in. Oh, he must score. Højlund's just missed a sitter there. 6 yards out on his left foot. I think he's got to get that on target. It's not good enough. I'm sorry, it's not good enough. It's a ball in from Eriksen. It's a nothing ball, but he gets in front of his man, and I think once you get in front of your man there, I mean, he doesn't. Shearer's just said there he never looks comfortable, but I feel like once he gets in that position, he should do better. No, that's poor. That's poor. Joe 9BA2 Sir Dupran Kampen. I don't know what Sir Dupar Bran Kampen means. But welcome to the stream. He's funny in YouTube shorts, but too annoying to watch a full stream. Yeah, I mean, he treads the line, doesn't he? I think he does very well in terms of attracting people to his streams, and obviously he's created a bit of a character of himself. The whole "Get out! Get out! Get out! You're about as useful as an Easter egg on a hot day." All that stuff. Some people really love that, and hey, no, I don't feel any sort of animosity to him or anything like that. Some people absolutely hate him. Some people really like him. I think he's good at what he does. Oh, that's a good header from Fulham, and here's a Iwobi. I think Mark Goldbridge actually talks of sense a lot of the time. Well, he does now. He does now, but I think Goldbridge would probably have to admit that he's very good at rage baiting. He's very, very good at rage baiting. Like, he had a massive... didn't he put something on, like... What was the video he did the other day? I'll give you the prime example of it. Right. I'll give you a prime example of the Goldbridge rage bait. Where... It was dead funny, actually. Someone pointed it out, and... He's banged to rights, really. There you go. It was this one, right? So he put a clip out called "No Way Carragher Said This," right? And it was about Carragher saying whatever he said about the African Nations Cup, right? And Goldbridge said in the video, what he was talking about was he didn't think Carragher actually said anything offensive, and the point that Carragher was making, it's evidenced and it stands up. What a lot of people reacted to was Carragher maybe rolling his eyes, and some people don't like Jamie Carragher, and they thought that he said something that he didn't. They thought he said that, I don't know, whatever they thought he said. The African Nations Cup is dog, not great, an awful football tournament, has no value, no African player is very good, or whatever they thought he said, right? So they all reacted to that. But actually, when you listen to what he said, and what the point is that he was trying to make, the context of it, I don't think he actually said anything really all that outrageous or controversial. And that's what Goldbridge said in the video as well. Goldbridge said, but he put the thumbnail was "No Way Carragher Said This," with like a shocked Goldbridge face, like and someone put as the top comment, "You'll get sensationalist people out there turning it into something it's not. Video title and thumbnail, 'No Way Carragher Said This.'" So yeah, he does. He talks a lot of sense a lot of the time, Goldbridge, and I really like him. But he does play to the crowd. He plays to the audience and tries to wind people up. He tries to bait people. And yeah, I think a lot of people, the smart football fans can tell that. And now he's got super famous and, you know, he does really well from his YouTube stuff. He doesn't need to do as much of that anymore. Now he can just say what he thinks. And now people are starting to see him as an actually quite a balanced voice in football, aren't they? Whereas perhaps a couple of years ago, he was seen as someone who was incredibly, I don't know, biased Man United fan. But yeah, I really like him. I don't mind Goldbridge at all. I think he's quite funny. The only thing I hate about the AFCON is that it happens in the middle of the season instead of the end. It's not this season though, is it? This season, is it this summer or is it next summer? Can't remember. I think it's this summer. This summer it is at the end of the season. Yeah, it is at the end of the season. But you're right. I don't like that it's in January a lot of the time. But what Carragher said about it was that effectively Mo Salah, they were talking about the Ballon d'Or, wasn't they? They was talking about the Ballon d'Or, and the point that I think he made the point maybe not as delicately as he could have made it, but I think what he was trying to say was that Mo Salah isn't going to win the African Cup of Nations. Isn't going to win the Ballon d'Or if he just wins the AFCON. I think that was the point he was trying to make. Whereas Mbappe or Vinicius Jr., for example, they could win the Copa America or the Euros, and they would be considered for the Ballon d'Or just by virtue of that fact. He wasn't giving an opinion on that. I don't think he was saying the AFCON is a rubbish tournament in comparison to those two. He was just saying that evidence, history, the winners of the Ballon d'Or over the last however many years would tell you that you can have a pretty average domestic season and win not very much, not be great domestically at club level. But if you win maybe a Copa America or a European Championships, you've got a very, very good chance of winning the Ballon d'Or. And there's quite a few examples of that. I mean, even Messi the other year, Messi had a really poor domestic year with PSG. I know he won the league title. He won the league, you know, in France, but PSG winning the league in France is like Celtic winning the league. A lot of the time, it's a one-horse race for the most part. So he won the league, and then he won the Copa America, and he got the Ballon d'Or for that. And a lot of people thought that was a bad decision at the time. You know, I think he won the Ballon d'Or over... That was the year he won it over Van Dijk, didn't he? I think I'm right in saying. Didn't he win that over Van Dijk that year? Or it might have been when he was ahead of Sadio Mane. Sadio Mane, who won the AFCON. Sadio Mane won the AFCON and won, I think, the FA Cup and the League Cup. And we was 2 games away from winning the Premier League and the Champions League. And Sadio Mane didn't win the Ballon d'Or. So that kind of proves Jamie Carragher's point a little bit. Ballon d'Or should be just club-based, in my opinion. Using international isn't fair. I have to agree with that. I mean, I'd like to see some clear criteria for what the Ballon d'Or voting is. It just seems to be decided. A lot of it is a popularity vote. Like, for me, I have no idea how Van Dijk didn't win it the other year. Van Dijk, at his absolute peak, finished ahead of Cristiano Ronaldo. And behind Messi, and he should have beat both of them that year. Should have beaten both of them. Sorry, just catching up on the chat. Messi goat, it used to annoy me when we didn't have Mane or Salah when we needed them most. Yeah, it was frustrating. And to be honest, there's been clubs who've applied a lot of pressure to players to say to them, you know, don't go and play for your country. And that's another thing that kind of devalues the African Nations Cup. It's quite sad. and it puts the players in a really awkward position. But it has happened where there's been pressure from clubs. You know, don't leave us in the middle of a season. I don't think Liverpool have necessarily done that. I think Salah's always gone and Mane's always gone, and although it's been difficult, we've always just tried to help them through it. But yeah, it does happen. Arsenal can still win the league. Yes, Law, they can, but they won't. Yeah, Messi goat, there you go, you said it yourself. They can, but they won't. Well, exactly, Szoboszlai could turn into a Messi, but he's Austrian. Hungarian, mate. Hungarian. He's Hungarian. So yeah, he's going to have a difficulty winning anything with Hungary, isn't he? Is Man U winning? No, they're not winning. It's 0-0. We've had one shot on target in the opening 25 minutes. It's been a pretty poor opening 25 minutes, I've got to say. Made in UKGB, they were arguing the other day AFCON isn't as good as World Cup, etc., and they're right to say it. I mean, I don't know if it's as good as the World Cup, but there's definitely issues with the AFCON in terms of organisation and arrangements and stuff like that. I mean, there's been protests from players, if you remember, not that long ago. Protests from players go into the AFCON and saying it's really unprofessional, and you know, it's sad that it's such a fantastic tournament. I remember watching the AFCON back in, was it the year 2000? I can't remember what year it was. It was a brilliant tournament, though. I'm sure it was 2000 and it might have been 2001. It was the year before the World Cup in Korea, I think it was. And it was all of the AFCON games were live on BBC Two. Remember watching it, it was wicked. That's a foul and a free kick on the edge of the area to Fulham. Agate, must be a yellow card, and it is. It's a yellow card for Agate. Pereira was bursting forward to United. That doesn't mean Salah isn't the best player in the world right now, and that's a biased claim. I'm a Chelsea fan. There you go. Agate is now suspended for the quarter-final if United do get through. Free kick to Fulham right on the edge of the area. You've got to say this is going to be a nice position, looking at where it is, for Andreas Pereira. And Anana's getting his wall set up. That's not a biased claim. No, listen, I agree. Look, the AFCON's got lots of problems in terms of when it's normally held in January. It does kind of make it a difficult tournament for the club calendar, the normal club calendar. And that's one of the many reasons that clubs don't like it, because they have to send players away mid-season. That's not the case this year, though. But it's certainly one thing that complicates it. It's not Pereira that's going to take it. Is it Lukic or is it Castagna? Castagna cleared away. Robinson with the shot. Miles over. John Cena, heel turn. I heard about this. Again, I don't watch wrestling. But I've got a lad who I used to work with who does watch it avidly. He's got a wrestling fan channel as well, funnily enough. He's got a wrestling fan channel on YouTube, and he talks about wrestling. But he's a good guy, and yeah, he messaged me this morning saying something about John Cena heel turn. I haven't watched wrestling in about 20 years, so I couldn't tell you much about it. Good clearance by Fulham. No one compares to him when you think of other players who are up for Ballon d'Or, i.e. Vinny. If Vinicius Jr. wins the Ballon d'Or, it is a travesty. It's an absolute travesty. Andreas Pereira has now been booked. Yeah, I think Vinicius Jr.'s an overrated player. He's a good player, still a good player, but definitely overrated. And it's the same with, I'd probably say the same with Bellingham as well, you know. There's some players in that team who I look at Real Madrid, and I think they are so underrated. Like Valverde, for example. I would rather see Valverde win a Ballon d'Or than Vinicius Jr. or Bellingham. Mbappe is very good. I'd quite happily see Mbappe win it. I think if the Ballon d'Ors go into any Real Madrid player, it's definitely going to Mbappe. So Vinicius Jr. is going to have to leave Real Madrid if he wants to leave it. Wants to win it. So, sorry. Right, so we are nearly half an hour in. It's not been the most impressive start from either of these teams, and you know, if I've got any hope of my 2-1 prediction coming true, we need some goals in this game. We need some goals in this game. Castagna. Like you mentioned, them three, they play together. Salah does it by himself, assist and nearly goal every game. Yeah. Salah's just on fire, mate. He just does it every single time. He's a very, 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 very talented player. Salzburg getting beat by Sturm Graz. That's not good. Right, Lukic to Pereira, out wide to... Is he going to get to him? Traore? He's so good, Traore, when he wants to be. Oh, that's poor from Fulham. That's really poor. The last ball in that final third from both teams has been really sloppy. They've worked it well into the final third, but they always... Just that last ball, it's just so sloppy. And Alan Shearer's just saying the same now on commentary, funnily enough. Fulham needs something a little bit better in that final third. Do you think he would have been as good if he'd stayed at Chelsea, or did the move to Italy make him? I think he would have been as good at Chelsea. Yeah, I think Salah... One of the main things that's with Salah that makes him so good, I think he's got incredible talent, and he does absolutely have incredible talent, but it's an elite mentality with Salah as well. Like, the guy looks after himself unbelievably well. He is so professional. He's got an unbelievable work rate. He was always going to succeed, I think, wherever he played. He was always going to succeed. So, you know, I think Italy, when he moved to Fiorentina, he looked really good. Roma took a chance on him. And as soon as he went to Roma, you could just see it. I think you could see it at Fiorentina. I remember the goal he scored for Fiorentina at Juventus. And I remember thinking then, even then, I was like, this guy's a bit special. I can't believe Chelsea have let him go. I hope Chelsea don't recall him. And for some reason, Chelsea went out. I'm not sure if it was before or after, but Chelsea went out and signed Cuadrado. And I was a little bit like, that's just such a baffling decision. But I know where you're coming from. I understand why you would have asked that question. And for me, at least, you know, in my opinion, I think Salah would have been a success wherever he was. He's just a fantastic professional. Adama Traore, ball in the box. Again, with still half an hour in, it's not been a fantastic start. It's not been one for the purists, at least, has it? But yeah, just coming back to the Jamie Carragher thing. Because, to be fair, I actually put a few things on Twitter about the Jamie Carragher comments, because he got an awful lot of stick. Oh, Onana! I tell you what, that was very nearly an own goal. Manchester United, that was very nearly an own goal there. Oh, Harry Maguire. That was a massive, massive escape there from Onana. Onana and Maguire just not communicating. Yeah, I put something on Twitter. I put a few tweets out on Twitter about the whole Jamie Carragher situation. Because, yeah, I felt like he'd maybe got it twisted, some people. I didn't think what he said was that outrageous, personally. But, hey, to each their own. But you know what? It's interesting now. Fulham, I've got 10 minutes to half time, and the last few times they've put a ball into the box, United have looked all at sea. There's just chaos in that United box, and I think they need to do that more. They've got an opportunity here. They've got a free kick that they can whip in. Onana and that United back line, they've got goals in them. I'm telling you, they're going to concede. They're going to concede in this game. I would be amazed if they don't. Castagna's going to whip this one in. Right, corner to Fulham. Fulham's first corner of the game. Nobody has conceded more goals from corners this season than Manchester United. Now there's a stat. Manchester United have conceded 11 goals from corners this season. So this is dangerous, dangerous territory for Manchester United. Ball into the box. Good claim from Onana. That's what you want from your keeper. That's better. That's much better. Good play from Onana. Bruno Fernandes gives it out, and immediately United knock it back. And you just heard the groans. You just heard the groans from the crowd. United had it, and they were going forward. They were pushing up the pitch, and then they turn it back, and it's so frustrating. You can sense the frustration. It's so poor to watch this stuff. We're going to concede in a minute the way United are playing. Are you a Fulham fan, Paul, or a United fan? Thanks for the likes. Appreciate it. You're a red. Good man. I say good man. I'm a Liverpool fan, mate. So ultimately, I'm kind of rooting for Fulham. I'm rooting for Fulham here. I'm not going to lie to you. But yeah, United aren't playing so good in the first half. I don't think Fulham have been terrific either. It's not been a fantastic game. Adama Traore here up against Delo. Can he get the ball into the box? Yeah, no he can't. Oh, that's not good enough from Xerxes. Ball in. Anthony Robinson. Oh, yeah. Castagna. Adama Traore. Out to Anthony Robinson. Robinson to Iwobi. Iwobi with the ball in. Must be. Oh! Lukic should really get that on target there. He really should get that on target. 37 minutes in. And it's a great ball into the box from Iwobi. Lukic with the run from deep. And nobody's really tracked him. And it's a free header. It's a free header just ahead of the penalty spot. And I don't understand why he's not getting that on target. I think he's got to get that on target. That's really poor. Really, really poor from Lukic. But better from Fulham. And you'd have to say that's probably the chance of the game so far. United are still the only side that's had a shot on target, I've got to say. 2 shots on target for United. Neither of them have really worried the keeper, though. Corner to United. Here we go. Corner to Manchester United. Thanks for the follow. 12 a man 47. If you can like the live, if you can share the live, all that stuff, it makes a massive difference. Appreciate it. Ball into the box. It's cleared out. Delo. And that's another corner to Manchester United. Deflected out. And we're in the last 5 minutes just before half time. Can United make it pay? Can United take the lead? Ball into the box. It's cleared away. Pressure from Iwobi. Nah, he's kept hold of it. It's all good. Here's Lenny Yoro carrying it forward. United are getting a bit more bodies into the Fulham half here. They're going for a little bit more in the first. Oh, Xerxes gets a touch just wide. It's a bit of a nothing chance, that, actually, to be fair. How's tenure goes from being adored to verge of sacking so quick? Is they seriously talking about sacking him? Are we on about Eddie Howe? Seriously? Newcastle fans talking about sacking him? Nah, surely not. Surely not. Going to a cup final? I mean, admittedly, if they don't win the cup final, they don't get top 4, then I can maybe understand the frustration, but... Lucas, I support Liverpool. I'm a Liverpool fan, so I've got no horse in the race here, mate. I've got no FA Cup side. Liverpool are long since knocked out, so I'm just rooting for Fulham, to be fair. I want Fulham to win. If he loses League Cup final, finishes outside the top 6. Well, he only has to, if he finishes 6th, that's the thing. If he finishes 6th, you'd have to say he's not going to get Champions League football next season. And that's what Newcastle are craving. And that's what they deserve, I think. You know, that's what they need to keep Isak. I think if Isak isn't playing Champions League football next season, you'd have to say it's madness. Like, I can't see it. That's a wonderful ball. And Pereira's running at the United back line. He's got Muniz in the middle. He can't reach him. It's good defending, that. Really good defending, that, from Lenny Yoro. And he brings it all the way out. And then he gives it away. And gives a free kick away. Gives a free kick away. Does he give a throw in? Oh, okay. What team do you support, Lucas? Chelsea fan. Nice. Chelsea aren't in the cup, are they? You guys have been knocked out, haven't you? I can't remember. Oh, Lukic with the ball in. It's all Fulham winning every second ball at the minute. Every second ball. But it's not been a great first half. We're coming to the end of the first half now. It's Fulham. That's so poor. That's really poor from Andreas Pereira. It's not good enough. That final ball has just been dreadful from both sides. They've worked it into the final third quite well. And then as soon as they get it into the final third, it's just absolutely pub level. You know, literally passing it out of play in most cases. Not good enough from Manchester United in terms of they're at home. The emphasis is on them to push forward and really dominating this game. And actually, looking at the stats, I think Fulham have had most of the ball. Just have a little look. What do the stats say? Yeah, 55% to Fulham, 45% to Manchester United. They both had one big chance each. And they've both had basically the same number of touches in the opposition box. So I would say it's been a very even half of low quality and low chances. That's how I would characterise this half. Very few chances, very few touches in the opposition box. Pretty poor from both sides once it gets to the final third. And it's not really a surprise when you consider that the attacking players on the pitch are Christian Eriksen, Rasmus Højlund, Joshua Zirkzee, Rodrigo Muniz, Adama Traore. It's not the best, is it? It's not the best. They're not players who... I think Fulham, with those players, probably have the physical edge. You know, Adama Traore's rapid, but they're not fantastic, are they? 1 minute to half time. It has been a pretty poor first half. Andreas Pereira to whip this one in. My mate's got over 6 corners, I think, in this, so he'll be made up. It's been a little flurry of corners to end the half. Can Fulham nick one? Ball in. Oh, yeah, hey, there you go, 1-0. Who is it? It's Calvin Bassey. Yes, Shirley's lad, Calvin Bassey. What a header that is. Oh, Manchester United. Oh, it gets worse. It gets worse. 1-0 Fulham. And we said it. We called it. Fulham to go through. Bruno Fernandes, the captain, leading by example by throwing his arms up in the air and crying like a girl. Look at him. Yeah. Captain behaviour. It's a great header. It's 2 great headers. It's a lovely flick on. I think it's by... Is it Robinson? Is it Robinson at the near post? Get the assist. And all the United players just switch off. And it's a wonderful header. Nothing Onana can do, really. No, it's Muniz. It's Muniz who gets the original flick on. It's a great header. Fabulous header. Calvin Bassey, 1-0 to Fulham. Bang on half-time. That's exactly what we wanted. Exactly what we wanted. Paul Hatton told everybody we was going to concede. Oh, I'm sorry, mate. I'm sorry. Sorry, not sorry, but, you know, I do feel a bit of sympathy for United. Bang on half-time. There you go. Players straight down the tunnel. Literally bang on half-time. And once again, the millionaires are losing at half-time. Mark knows it. There you go. Oh, them United. Look at the fans. The fans are so gutted. You can see it on their faces there. And they know what's coming. I have no faith at all in Manchester United to turn this round in the second half. Right. 1-0. Oh, that sun's strong. Look at that. 1-0 to Fulham. Who's in the studio? Micah Richards, Danny Murphy and Wayne Rooney. Wayne Rooney won't pull any punches. Rooney's just going to look at it and go, these are dreadful. It's like that clip that Everton where he was talking about when he first broke into the Everton side and he was like, I was playing with all these players thinking they was fantastic, and then after about 3 months I thought to myself, these are crap. He's probably thinking that about United now. When you're gonna get the tissues out, that's for the after dark stuff, that buff thing. You have to come back for the after dark session. That's on my OnlyFans. United in the mud. Yes, Reese. Yes, Reese. United in the mud. It's a shame. It is a shame for United fans. They're in such a dark place with their club at the minute, and I do feel an element of pity. I mean, admittedly, it's mostly happiness because they took the mick out of us for a very, very long time. So, you know, a bit of it is joy. £171 million a year this wage bill is. Premier League Dad's spicy page, how much you charging? Depends how much you're paying. I'll set it up if enough people get behind it. We'll get Dexter involved. Calvin Bassey, what a shot. Oh, that is... It was a great little run across the front man. I think it was it Muniz or was it Robinson? Great little run across the front man. And then, yeah, a wonderful little flick on. That's a set-piece routine, that. The Arsenal set-piece coach would be creaming his pants over that. I'll give you £5.50 and a bar of Twix. I wouldn't need the £5.50. Just the Twix would do me. I actually saw a Man United top in my local charity shop. Oh, no. I think Fulham have been alright, you know. Fulham have been playing alright recently. But going into this game, obviously they beat Wolves. They beat Forest. But they've not been. They've been too inconsistent, and I think the performance in the first half here probably sums up a bit of a lack of confidence. And then they've got that goal. I actually think now they'll kick on. I expect the next goal scorer in this game is a Fulham one, actually. I think what we'll see here now is United come out in the second half and really go for it because they have to, and Fulham hit them on the counter-attack. So I expect it'll go 2-0 Fulham. Calling it now. I think it's going to go... The next goal in the game is a Fulham goal. Hoyland has to score that one. They're just showing the chances back. Hoyland absolutely has to score that one. I'm just looking at the other goals that have just gone in. Score. What score mean? It's going to be 3-1 United. Do you think so? I don't think so. Convinced Rasmus is a WWE wrestler and not a footy player. I think he's got to do better with that one, Kane, hasn't he? That chance, I think he's got to do better. There's no way United score 3 goals in this game. Treble winners 1999 fan. You need that front three from the United. You need Cole and York. You need Andy Cole and Dwight York. Or maybe one of Dwight York's many children. You know, get one of his offspring up top. One of them's got to be better than Rasmus Højlund. I don't know what Amarim's supposed to do when we concede from a lack of concentration. Is that... would we say that's a lack of concentration, Kane? I don't know. I think that was a very good set-piece move from Fulham. You know, it's a good... Well, I wouldn't say it's a good ball in, but it's a ball in to an area that they're obviously expecting. And Anthony Robinson or Muniz, whoever it was, runs across the front man, gets a good flick on, and they win the second ball. I don't know if that's a concentration issue. I think that's a set-piece play. Onana should be shuffling across. Maybe. Maybe. I don't think there's a lot United could have done about that goal, personally. I think that would be probably me being overly critical. As a Liverpool fan, I would say I'd be quite critical of saying United are switched off there. I just think that was a good Fulham goal. But in the first half, United's performance has not been good at all. Why has no one told me my clock's still running? I need to reset it to half time. Alright, there you go. Some goals you can't do much with. Yeah, and I think that probably was one of them. It's a good ball in. He's won it very well at the front post. Flicked it across the face of goal into a danger area, and Bassi is running across his man. So that to me is a very, very good, well-worked set piece. That's clearly something that, yeah, forget the Arsenal set piece coach. The Fulham set piece coach has done really well on that one. But if Rasmus took his chances, we would be winning. Rasmus has had at least one that he should have done better with. Danny Murphy, who I usually don't agree with, oh yeah, I'm just going to say hate Danny Murphy, speak crap every week, has just mentioned something about, what was he saying about the, if you don't work with him? Is he talking about Ruben Amorim there? In all fairness, Ten Hag and Amorim have just won domestic titles. They should be winning anyway. Probably a fair shout, yeah. Ajax and Sporting. Well, I don't know. Let's see. For him to win it with Sporting is impressive. It is impressive. With Benfica and Porto there, that's impressive. Amorim's not a bad coach. And I don't think Ten Hag is a bad coach. Neither of them. You know, they're both very, very good managers. But I feel like Amorim is just being very stubborn. Being very, very stubborn here. And whatever he's trying to do with this United team, I don't understand it. I cannot understand. If Amorim went to City or Liverpool, it'd be different outcomes. Well, yeah, I mean, those clubs. Ask yourself this, right? Ask yourself this. Why do players, forget the manager for a minute, right? But why do players, although we can do off the pitch as well, but why do players keep coming to Manchester United, having been fantastic elsewhere? They come to Manchester United and they immediately are dreadful. Then they leave Manchester United and they look very good again. That's now happened so many times that it's got to be a Manchester United issue. It has to be. It has to be. So you say money, but Scott McTominay, I don't think he's a player who's motivated by money. Scott McTominay is not doing very well at Manchester United for whatever reason, leaves and starts playing incredibly well at Napoli. He's looking like one of the best players in Serie A. Chris Smalling was dreadful at Manchester United. Goes to Roma. Doesn't he get in Serie A Team of the Year? Like, unbelievable at Roma. You know, we've seen it again with Anthony. Anthony leaves Real Betis. They're all motivated by money. It's a job at the end of the day. I know, no, come on, JS. Listen, at some point you earn enough money that it ain't about money. Like, there's only so much money these players can make before it becomes pointless. Not pointless, but like, you're not motivated by that anymore. If you're Casemiro, you're on 350k a week. If someone offers you 400k a week, it's not going to move the needle for you. Your life doesn't get massively better with 50k extra a week. It just doesn't. It doesn't. What you can buy on 350k a week is usually what you can buy at 150k a week. Generally speaking, there's not much more that you can't afford. But we've seen it with players. I think this. Look at Anthony. Anthony has come to United, looked really poor. Like, really, really poor. And then they're just showing that Welbeck goal again. What a finish that was. So the Betis has come in, taken Anthony on loan. Anthony all of a sudden looks a player again. Looks a fantastic player again. Rashford, he leaves Manchester United, he goes to Aston Villa. All of a sudden, he's getting assists again. He's creating more big chances than any other Premier League player. Like, he looks a fantastic player again. How can it keep happening to Manchester United where we have players, and it's not just players, by the way. We are talking... Look, I mean, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's now at Besiktas, and he's doing really well. Besiktas are playing really well. Dan Ashworth comes to Manchester United. He's thought of as the gold standard in terms of football operators, sporting directors, whatever. He comes into Manchester United. They pay lots of money to get him out of Newcastle. He comes in, he lasts a few months and thinks, this ain't working, and the club move him on. So something at Manchester United is rotten. It's rotten, and it affects everybody in that club. And I don't know what it is. I couldn't tell you what it is. But even I, as a Liverpool fan, it makes me a little bit sad. Because I always think to myself, kind of, but for the grace of God go I. That could happen to my club. And I suspect maybe it's a little bit to do with the Glazers. I don't think United can argue they've not had investment on the pitch. They have. They've just not got it right. They've not invested in the training ground or the stadium in the way that other American owners have, like Liverpool, for example. FSG maybe haven't spent on the pitch as well as the Glazers have. The Glazers have spent far more money on the pitch. But in the time they've been there, FSG have built a brand new training complex, state of the art, and two whole new stands at Anfield, 2 massive stands, so half a stadium. So I don't know. I have no idea what it is, but something in that club, something in that club at United is rotten. It is rotten to the core. And it does make me sad as a Liverpool fan. It makes it look. I'm not going to sit here and preach like it. I also don't smile and laugh, and of course I have a chuckle at their expense. But I want to see Manchester United at the top end of the table. I want to see Manchester United. I'd rather see Manchester United competing with Liverpool for the Premier League than Liverpool, Chelsea, Newcastle, and City. Chelsea, I want to see Liverpool, Arsenal and United at the top end of the table. Clubs who have been historically successful for generations, going back to when my dad was a little lad. That's what I want to see. I don't want to see foreign investors coming in and making clubs who haven't been historically successful, making them into world beaters with a load of cash. I don't like that. So I don't think City or Newcastle or Chelsea, I don't want to see them clubs at the top end of the table as much as I want to see United there. So that's my position on it anyway. Fulham wins 3-1. How is 4 to 5 years naive? That's how long a rebuild's going to take. Look at Arteta and Klopp. When Jose Mourinho said finishing second was a massive achievement at United, was a big statement. Yeah. If Pep was at United, you would see a major difference. Pep couldn't do anything with this squad. I think there's probably an element of truth to that, Kane. I think Pep would be sulking with this squad, but I don't think Pep would even arrive at Manchester United unless he had a guarantee, an absolute cast iron guarantee, that the club are going to spend a fortune to help him win lots of things. And that's what he's had in his entire career, isn't it? He went to Bayern Munich and said, give me a blank checkbook and I'll deliver what I need to for you. And he didn't give him the Champions League, but he did very well. And then he said the same at City. I don't think Pep Guardiola would go into Manchester United in the state that they're in without a guarantee of massive, massive money being spent. United have spent a fortune, 1-0. Yeah, no, but that's it. That's a prime example of maybe why there's criticism for Amorim, because again, I was saying this earlier, David Moyes has not inherited a better squad than Manchester United. David Moyes at Everton has won more points over the last, 6-7 games, however long it's been in. David Moyes has won more points in that time than any other Premier League side, and yet his side is far, far worse than that United one. So why can Amorim not be pragmatic and get more out of these players? It just doesn't make sense to me. Right, here we go. Start of the second half. Billboard and give a manager a year and you should see improvements. I think give a manager a lot less than that and you should see improvements. You know, we've seen improvements under Klopp when he first came in. I thought the Liverpool side that he inherited was worse than this Manchester United one, if I'm honest with you. And I think Fulham will take this forward, and I think Fulham will win this quite comfortably. I don't think Manchester United make a game of this. They've been, throughout the season, quite weak mentally. And they've lacked a lot of resilience, so I'm hesitant to say that this will be anything other than a resounding Fulham win at this point. But we shall see. Second half's a big, big one coming up. I mean, you can't get rid before a year. I'm a blue, but give him time. That's probably a fair comment. Traore ball in, corner to Fulham. Dalot puts it behind. I mean, yeah, you say you can't get rid of him, but... And like I said, even as a Liverpool fan, I've said the same as you. Give him time, but it is frustrating. You can't... You've got to win while you're developing the squad. That's the pressure of being a Manchester United manager. You can't just accept finishing 15th and 16th in the table. You can't do that. Can't do that. It's madness. It's absolute madness to think that he'll just keep dropping points and finishing in the lower end of the Premier League table and going out of cup competitions while he's trying to get new players in and figure all this out. He can't do that. He's got to be a lot more pragmatic with it. Pep is the most important person at City. He is City. He's the club. I'm not sure that's the case. I'm not sure that's the case, mate. Because look, here's the thing. City won. They weren't serial European winners, right? But before Pep arrived, you won titles under Mancini and you won titles under Pellegrini. That club was geared for success when Pep arrived. That whole club, top to bottom, was joined up thinking, very clear about what they wanted to do, very clear about the profile of player they wanted to sign, really good scouting, really methodical, absolutely bang on the money. That's what you want as a City setup, right? And Pep Guardiola came into that. Ruben Amorim's not come into that. Ruben Amorim has come into Dan Ashworth being sacked after a few months. Loads of the admin team and all of the club making 50% of its staff redundant. Players wanting to leave on the pitch. Loads of backroom issues, dressing room unrest. Arguments behind closed doors. Players being suspended for sexual assault allegations and other players, it's been a horrific set of circumstances for Amorim to come into. So I have an element of sympathy for him. But I think you've got to keep it simple. It's that old adage, isn't it? Keep it simple, stupid. Just go back to basics. Start trying to win football matches. I'm not saying that he's not trying to do that, but he's trying to win matches in a certain way by sticking to his style and sticking quite rigidly to a certain way of playing. I don't think he's got the luxury of doing that. If Manchester United go out the cup here, and then Manchester United go out to Real Sociedad next week, the season is an unmitigated disaster with 3 months left to run. It's 2.5 months, whatever. It's chaos. It's absolute chaos, and they might sack Amorim before the season is out. It wouldn't surprise me if Amorim is not Manchester United manager by the end of March. It really wouldn't surprise me. I'm not saying that's going to happen, by the way. But I think if certain cards were to fall and they were to go out this competition, they were to go out the Europa League, this club can't afford no European competition next season. They need to be in Europe. It's a big loss them not being in the Champions League. So I imagine Jim Ratcliffe and Omar Barada and whoever the guys are at the top of United have probably said to Amorim, listen, if you get into the Champions League via winning the Europa League, then we can give you X budget. We can give you Y budget if you do this, if you can get this. If you get into the Europa League via winning the FA Cup, then we can give you this budget. It won't be as much, but we can give you that. If you get knocked out of both competitions and you finish 15th in the league, he's getting a pittance to spend. He's getting nothing. And if he gets nothing to spend, then next season the club aren't going to be any better off, really, are they? He's going to have to work with the same players largely that he's got now. So the club have got the hands tied in terms of what they can afford to do. And Amorim needs to... He needs players. He needs to do better. It's tough. It's really, really tough. He's between a rock and a hard place. Adama Traore's gone down injured here. Smith Rowe's coming on instead for the last 40 minutes or so. And here's Garnacho. Thanks for the follow, Slimwee. Appreciate it. People can like the live, share the live, get us over. I don't know what we're on in terms of likes on TikTok, but while we've got a little break in play, if you can give us a like, follow me, get over to YouTube and follow me. It makes a massive, massive difference. If you can get over 2k lives. Give us all the likes in the world while we're waiting for this break in play. But yeah, it's going to be a really, really interesting few weeks at United. Because I'm telling you, he really could. He really could go. The fans have showed a lot of patience with the club, but I think there's a part of him that does think there's criticism to be levelled at Amorim as well. He hasn't started well at all. And I don't know where they would go if they was to sack him. I don't know what they would do. Agate for Garnacho, that's an interesting one. I guess that means Eriksen's moving a little bit deeper. Or Fernandes is moving a little bit deeper, one of the two. Garnacho's going out wide. And Lenny Yoro off for Victor Lindelof. Interesting. Victor Lindelof, it feels like he's played a lot more, even though he's obviously leaving at the end of the season. Didn't Amorim play with him at Benfica? I'm sure they've been teammates, them two. Smith Rowe cleared up the pitch. But yeah, I've got to say, I feel like it's going to be a really, really big couple of weeks at Manchester United. And if they don't get this right, if they go out of this competition, they go out of the European ties against Real Sociedad, go out of the Europa League, and they still finish low down in the Prem, I wouldn't rule out him going before the end of the season. They might just look at it as it's been a really failed experiment. It hasn't quite worked out. Kuram, United got Arsenal next. I mean, again, Arsenal aren't flying either. Arsenal's attack isn't one that would make United quake in their boots. And United have already beat Arsenal once this season. Ball in from Eriksen all the way through. Really poor. Really, really poor. Lots of laughing faces from Tom. I'm guessing you're a Liverpool fan or a Fulham fan. Either way, it's all good. I'm a Liverpool fan, so I'm rooting for Fulham here. Fulham doing quite well in the start of the second half, just trying to calm the game down. Who scored? It was Calvin Bassey. It was a corner and Calvin Bassey scored. Here's Rodrigo Muniz bursting forward. Oh, just gets the pass wrong. Yeah, it was a ball in right on the stroke of half time. Literally 30 seconds before the end of half time. Corner came in from I can't remember who it was. It might have been Anthony Robinson, and it was a flick on at the near post by Rodrigo Muniz. Went to the back stick, and Calvin Bassey just headed it in from 6 yards out. Very, very good set piece routine. And Fulham have probably deserved it on the balance of play. United haven't really created very much. They've maybe had one chance that Højlund perhaps should have done a bit better with. And they've just brought Garnacho on. So the front three of Garnacho, Højlund and Xerxes are all on the pitch now. Xerxes playing wide right for some reason. That seems baffling to me. Fulham are playing very well through the lines at the minute. That's very, very good play. It's really good. But United keep getting into the final third, and then the final ball is really sloppy. There you go, Mazraoui with the header on target there. Just a half chance maybe for United. It was a bit sloppy, but you know they've got into the final third. They've put a cross in. Mazraoui with a header. It was never really troubling the keeper. It was quite easy for him, but it's another shot on target for United. Can they turn this round? I'm not confident. I've got to be honest. I think Fulham have got this in the bag. And the more the game goes on, the more risks United are going to have to take. They're going to have to push out a little bit more, and that'll create more space for Fulham. And you can already see that now. Once United push up, they are pressing really aggressively, United. Especially Højlund, Garnacho and Xerxes. They're quite high. And once Fulham beat that press, if they get past that, they're running at United's back line every time. And it's oh, see, there you go again. Again, just a couple of passes. That's all it is. Couple of passes, and Fulham are usually straight in, running at United's back line. It's set up for a Fulham counter-attack, this game. Set up for a Fulham counter-attack. Fulham just passing it around at the edge of the area here. Smith Rowe. Back to Leno. Sends it up the pitch. Cleared away by Maguire. It's knocked over the top. Nice and easy for Fulham. Very easy. And we're approaching the last half hour. Last half hour here. It's not been a great game. It's certainly not been the same sort of game as the Brighton and Newcastle one earlier in the game, earlier in the day. That was a really, really good one. Good game for the neutral. This one's been quite difficult to watch. And we did think that. You know, Sir Alex's first game with United was away at Oxford, and we beat him 2-0. Is that true? I didn't know that. Didn't know that. I mean, United for the first few years under Alex Ferguson weren't terrific. They weren't fantastic, and he obviously was on the brink of being sacked himself before he turned it around and ended up being a half-decent manager, it has to be said. He was okay, wasn't he, Alex Ferguson? I actually feel sorry. Every time they show pictures of Alex Ferguson in the stands watching this United side, I feel really sorry for him. Because he must be looking at it and going, like, what? His entire life, what is he known for? He's known for taking over Manchester United, leading them for 20-odd years, and, you know, the famous statement, I'm going to knock Liverpool off the fucking perch. And he did, for a spell. You know, he won an extra 2 league titles than us and got ahead of us in the championship race. And United, for that time, were the biggest club in England. They'd won the most. They were massive. And now he's living to see Liverpool get back on their perch. Liverpool win the title this season. We equal Manchester United in terms of leagues. And obviously we've got 6 Champions Leagues. Bruno with the shot. Good save from Leno. He wants to get down on the sideline. He don't care about his age. I know. I mean, the poor guy had was it an aneurysm or a stroke not long ago? He's not been in particularly good health. So that, yeah, I think the Man United job's probably the last thing he needs right now. He needs looking after, chilling out. Probably need to tell him to stop watching United for a little bit. But he was a fabulous manager. Very, very good manager. Deserves to... I'd like to think he could go out with United still at the very top. But I don't expect he'll see that again in his lifetime. But, hey. Buzzing about Gordon being sent off. Missed the EFL Cup final. Flossinho. I don't think it'll make much of a difference. I really don't think it'll make much of a difference. With Gordon, they weren't fantastic at Anfield. So, I think without Gordon, yeah, it makes a difference, but I'm not counting my chickens. They'll put Harvey Barnes in there, and I kind of rate Harvey Barnes, to be honest. He's probably not as good as Anthony Gordon, but yeah. I'm not counting my chickens just yet on that one. Anything can happen on a one-off game. 62 minutes. Jesus Christ, there's a massive gaggle of, I don't know if it's geese or ducks flying over. I've just seen it on the mic. Robinson with the ball in. That's wonderful from Fulham. Onana! Oh, I tell you what. Onana. It was a wonderful piece of football from Fulham. Smith Rowe to Anthony Robinson to Muniz. Knocks it back to Smith Rowe. It's a good shot. And Onana, I mean, he gets down well to save it. But if you're a United fan, you're looking at that, you've got to think to yourself, oh, he's so close to letting that go in. And even if it, forget that bit, he's so close to the Fulham player running in and trying to get a touch. He could have given away a penalty. It's not good from Onana. He doesn't instill confidence at all, does he? Really doesn't instill confidence. Cal the Dragon or Luke Bennett, and you have to do one of them. Who do you choose, mate? Dobbo, probably. Seems nicer. Seems like I could have a cuddle with Dobbo afterwards. Don't dodge the dilemma, mate. Why? Option C, innit? Option C. Cheers for the answer, mate. Till time connects us again. Cheerio. Take it easy, mate. Oh, much better from Fulham. Harry Maguire's done well there. Fulham's press is really, really good. It's really, really good from Fulham. Exceptional. Right, here we go. Last 20 minutes or so. There's the goal, Calvin Bassey. Harry Maguire was not happy with that at all. Was not happy. Hey man, how's things? I'm rough last night after watching WWE till 5 AM. I've heard about this. Would John Cena do a heel turn or something like that? John Cena. Didn't he? I don't know. Something him and Cody Rhodes I heard about. But I'm good. I'm good, mate. Good to have you back in the chat, Edward. I'm good. How are you doing? Turned heel last night. Bloody hell. Yeah, see, I don't follow the wrestling. I've not watched wrestling in like 20 years. Probably since the back end of the Attitude Era, when it was like Benoit, Angle, Edge, Christian, Dudley Boys, Hardy Boys, Acolyte Protection Agency. That was my era. I miss wrestling like that. Stone Cold, obviously. Imagine cheering a young striker. Did you mean jeering? Was they jeering a young striker? Call themselves fans. I'm good, mate. I'm not trying to get you back into it, but it's on Netflix now and it's in a really good place now. Alright, okay. Here we go. Fulham in behind here. Good chance. Oh, that's a good tackle from Delict. Very good tackle. Who was it they jeered? Was it Obi? Who was it they jeered on? Yeah, was it Obi who they jeered on? Hoyland. I mean, I'll level with you, Phil. We've had some United fans in the chat over the last few days, and we've been talking about United and talking about this game a lot. And a lot of people... There seems to be a lot of ill feeling towards Rasmus Højlund going off. Well, a lot of feeling towards Rasmus Højlund, just in general, from United fans. And I understand what you're saying. I think I'm probably with you in the argument in that he's still a young footballer, and evidently Manchester United right now isn't geared up for success. Ball into the box, it's punched away by Onana. Fulham recycle it. I'll be back in 2, bro. No worries, mate. No worries at all. It's a really, really difficult situation, I guess. Xerxes out to Garnacho. Garnacho's running at the back line. Slips it out to Delo. Ball into the box. It's cleared away. There we go. Chance for United. Ball into the box. Oh, wonderful. Bruno Fernandes, 1-1. That's a fabulous finish. That's a wonderful finish. That's really, really good. Really, really good. It's an exceptional goal from United. And Fulham can't really have any complaints because they dillied and dallied with it there at the back. And it's Bruno Fernandes again. Captain fantastic. Stepping up. And it's really good play. The only question is whether... Nah, he's not offside. There's no problem at all with this now. It's a fabulous ball in. And it's a wonderful finish from Fernandes. That's a fabulous goal. That's a wonderful goal from United. Dropped you a follow. Thought I already followed you though. No worries, Edward. Yeah, thanks for the follow. Thanks for the follow. It's a really good finish from Fernandes, and now this makes an interesting finish, an interesting end to the game. And my prediction is still on. I had Fulham 2-1. I had Fulham 2-1 in this. So, if I had, I can't believe that I said it before both games today. I had Brighton to win 2-1 at Newcastle, Fulham to win 2-1 here. Disgusting. Been minging if that finishes both, as I've said as well, because I could have put a tenner on that. Right, we're on 1-1. Last 20. Big last 20. I wonder. Could they just... It's getting a lot feistier now. It feels like there's a lot more quality in it. The game's tempo's just woken up a little bit by that goal. Felt like it was a procession towards a Fulham win. And then all of a sudden, United have scored. United have woken up. Fulham have woken up. This is going to be a much better finish to the game now, I think. We're seeing a bit more energy. A bit, tempo's just gone up a couple of notches. Here's Iwobi. Hi KCPR, how's it going? Great ball over the top. Castagna, hit it. Ah, that's poor from Robinson. Must do better. You're from Poland. I only know Czech. Czech is high, isn't it, from Polish? And I went to Krakow for my stag do. You can say kurwa. I don't know what that is, but thank you. Appreciate it. I went to Krakow for my stag do, and I've been to Krakow 2 or 3 times now, actually. Very nice place. Lovely place, Poland. I had some pierogi. Yeah, I had some pierogi in Poland. It was very nice. I love Manchester United. I love Liverpool. But it's all good. It's all good. We're all friends here. We're all friends here. Xerxes gone down injured here. I've been Liverpool once. Absolutely loved it. The people are lovely as well. Yeah, Scousers are nice people. I mean, to be honest, most people are really nice. Most people are really nice. I think, anyway. You know, I've been lucky to have been to a lot of places. When you go down south and especially when you go up north, I think the further north you go, the nicer people tend to be. Or let's say the further extremes you go, the nicer people tend to be. When they're in like remote areas. I remember going up to Scotland. We went to remote, right up in the roughest part of Scotland. I mean, I've been all over Scotland. Dumfries, Galloway, up to Aberdeen. Really friendly people. Really friendly people in Scotland. And it was the same at the other end of the country, down in Devon. Devon, Cornwall, that neck of the woods. Really, really lovely people down there too. Very, very friendly. Say hello to you when they're passing you in the street, you know. Wants to help you. That, you know, you like that sort of thing. And most people are nice. Most people are nice. You've got to be careful with some, but I think most people are generally quite nice. I'm in Fife. I don't think I've ever been to Fife. I might have passed through it. I'm sure I have passed through it, actually. Let me have a look. Let me have a look exactly where Fife is on the map. Oh, yeah, I've been to Fife. Definitely been to Fife. Well, I've been to quite a big part of Fife. I mean, I went to Dunfermline's ground. Oh, Fulham! Oh, is that a corner? Corner to Fulham. Bloody hell, very close. Yeah, I went to Dunfermline. I went to Dundee's ground. Although Dundee's not quite in Fife, is it? Yeah, Dunfermline. That's in Fife. I went there. Right, here we go. Fulham corner. Fulham corner. Ball in from Alexis. Not Alexis. Alex Pereira. Andreas Pereira. What are you on about? Andreas Pereira. Very deep. Nah, that's too poor. Very poor. Very poor. You're not going to score like that. 78th minute. Oh yeah, do you know what? I didn't even think of that. Fulham have got... Well, it's 10 past 6 now. Oh, Fulham, here we go. Man United have played themselves into trouble. And Fulham haven't taken the chance. Now United have got 3-4 bodies back. They had a real chance there. So it's 10 past 6 now. Thanks for the heart, Rubes. Appreciate it. Any likes and shares and follows on YouTube. Follows on here if you've not followed us before. It's all massively, massively helpful. I'm trying to grow the channel, so if you can follow and share and like, it makes a massive, massive difference. Great ball in. Cleared away by United. It's still seeming like Fulham have got the edge here. Since that United goal, it's looking more and more like Fulham are going to come back into it. Not necessarily United. But then wouldn't it be the most United thing to go up the other end of the pitch and score? Here's Garnacho with the shot. Saved by Leno. Who would be your Italian team? I like AC Milan and Inter. Well, I've got... I don't know if you can see. I don't know where it is. I've got Juventus. Is it there? Juventus top. So I've got a Juventus away top behind me. I always liked Roma and I always liked Fiorentina growing up. Andreas Pereira with the shot just over. Yeah, I always liked Batistuta, so I guess I would be a Fiorentina fan in Italy. I like Fiorentina. And I did like Roma. I really, really liked Roma. However, I went to watch Liverpool against AS Rome in the semi-final, and yeah, they weren't great. Hello. I'll text you. Give me 2 minutes. Ta-da. Sorry. Who would be your Italian team? I think, yeah, it'd be Fiorentina. If I had to say anyone, it'd be Fiorentina. Garnacho down the left. It's corner to United. That was the wife. It wasn't the wife, actually. It was my mum. It wasn't. It was my mum. So I'm just texting, making arrangements to go around there after this is done. I can make out 3 teams tops behind you. PSG, Atletico and the mighty Reds. You not see Argentina? That's Argentina just behind me. Then there's Brazil there, just behind me head. That blue one, that's Brazil. Here we go. Fulham on the counter. Oh, they're going to stop it for a head injury. Joachim Anderson down. How many tops you got? Dozens, mate, honestly. Absolutely. I'd probably over 100. The yellow, the bright yellow top. Hang on, let me see what... I just want to make sure I can see. You can see what I can see. This one. This one here. Hang on. I'm obviously pointing at a screen. You can't see. So, there. That one is Nantes. FC Nantes from Ligue 1. And then I've got the Spain top. Oh no, that's that side. No. That side. That's the Spain World Cup winners top. And then I've got Malaga. I've got Roma. I've got Dynamo Zagreb. I've got Fiorentina. I've got... I think I've got a Betis. I've got a Real Betis. I have got a Sevilla as well, even though those two are rivals. Malaga home and away. I've already said that. I haven't got any Barcelona or Real Madrid tops, funnily enough. And then I've got quite a few Bundesliga tops as well. Got Cologne. Got Dortmund, Leverkusen. Really nice Werder Bremen one as well. Damn, you got to do a video showing your top all on live one day. To be honest, mate, I can't wear them. They don't fit me, half of them anymore. And I've no need for them because I don't play football that much anymore. I've not played football for a while. I'm now I'm a middle-aged dad, so I don't get to play it all that much. So what I was going to do was once I got a few followers. Once I've got a few followers and a few subscribers and the channel's relatively big, or, just big enough that there's enough people on the chats all the time and on the lives, I was going to do giveaways. And maybe once a month or once a week or whatever, however many... I mean, even if I did one once a week, I could probably do it for the next 2 years with the amount of shirts I've got. I've got over 100 shirts, easily. And I was just going to give them away. Because my wife goes absolutely mad. So yeah, so I was just going to do giveaways. You're not middle-aged, surely you look about 27. Ah, you'll do for me. You're a good lad, Edward. You'll do for me. I'll not tell you how old I actually am. Oh, go on then. Calvin Bassey. Oh, I could have gone into the middle. Why are you slowing it down? Last 5 minutes. I'd defo take part. Good. Yeah, no, I mean, look, we'll get lots of people involved, but what I was going to try and do was just, like I said, try and get as many people following and subscribing, so we've got people in the lives, and then we'll do giveaways. I'll do a giveaway once a week. We'll set some criteria, and then we'll do it on a randomised. I'll do a video so people can see that it's fair, where you just whack in. I think there's websites, isn't there, you can do it on, where you can literally just put in, assign people different numbers, and then you just put the number into a randomizer, and it randomly selects someone. So we'll do it that way. So it's nice and fair. It'll all be recorded, and I'll send them out to people. Come on, United. The BBC commentary is a hate on United. No, it's not. Don't lie. United always get the best commentary. Here's Robinson. What are you trying to do there? That's silly. That's really silly. Right, but it's still 1-1. Going into the last 5 minutes now. It's been a drag, this game. It's been awful. I was hoping it'd be a strong finish, but there's not been anything happening. It's been dreadful since Bruno Fernandes scores. It's been awful. It's absolutely awful. United are going to nick this on the counter, aren't they? Remember the name, BF. Bruno Fernandes. Unbelievable. Honestly. And it's a big, big position, this, for United. Just right of centre. Who's going to take it? Is it Bruno? Bruno's going to whip this in. 90th minute. United have got some late winners recently. Can they get another one? Ball in. Maguire. Flicked on. Unlucky. Well, big drinks break now. It's like there's 8 minutes of added on time. Rodrigo Muniz coming off, Jimenez coming on, and Pereira coming off, Willian coming on. Well, one of these is going to have to make it count now. One of these is going to have to make it count. Willian. How funny would it be if Willian scored? Willian was a free agent, like, a few months ago. Not even a few months ago, a few weeks ago, wasn't he? In January, he was a free agent, didn't have a team. All of a sudden, he might be able to send Fulham through to the FA Cup final against Manchester United. Here's Robinson into Lukic. Into Berger. Great ball out wide there to Iwobi. Great ball in. I put 60 quid on us to win the league at the start of the season. How mad is that? Liverpool, seriously. Good lad. Well done you. Well done you. Oh, that's good play from Casemiro. Oh, and he's then messed it up. What odds did you get? Here we go. Here's Smith Rowe bursting forward. He's got a chance. Ah, gets crowded out. Long ball over the top from Casemiro. He's not done well there. Again, Casemiro. Not quite getting the final ball right, Man United. Looks like we're heading for extra time. Lukic, here's Iwobi. Smith Rowe! Oh, good save, Onana. Ooh, very good save. Very good save from Onana on the edge of the area. And again, it's Fulham doing the late pressing as we enter the last few stages of the game. Onana's a good keeper. I'm not sure he's a good keeper. He can make some good saves. You know, he's a good shot stopper, let's say. Ball in from Fulham. Cleared away. Yeah, I think he's an alright keeper. I'll say that. He's an alright keeper. Possession in the last 5, largely Fulham's. Yeah, 33% Man United, 67% Fulham. Cleared away is Xerxes to... yeah, not good enough. Anderson's going to get a card there. Onana's pumping it long here. And for some reason he's gone short. I don't know why. He sends it long. and it's come all the way out, and Fulham win it back. It's so stupid from United. Great ball in, cleared away by Bassey. And that's good play by Fulham. Very good play. And out comes Anthony Robinson on the other side. It's a wonderful piece of play. United following Luton Town's path. What's that? Out of the FA Cup. Obi! Oh! Chido Obi. He was getting wrestled in the box there. He has claim to the ref, but he's not getting anything. Stood to the back stick. Straight out for a goal kick to Fulham. Obi is claiming there that he should have had something, but I'm not quite sure he should. It seemed like a pretty 6 of one, half a dozen of the other between him and Bassey there. Bassey certainly had hold of him, but I think Obi had just as much hold of him as well. You can see that. They both had their arms round each other. Not getting a penalty for that, mate. Not getting a penalty for that. Okay, last minute. Last minute of the game. Fulham goal kick. They're going to have to do something special if they're going to try and win this in normal time. Somehow can't see. It looks like we're set for extra time and penalties at this rate. There's not a huge amount being created. It never felt like that in the Brighton and Newcastle game earlier today. It felt like there was always a goal in that one at 1-1. And this one doesn't quite feel like that. Here we go. Fulham knock it forward. Cleared away by Lindelof. Oh, and they give it away again. It's a long ball into nowhere. And the keeper just comes out and claims it. It's not good enough. It's really not good enough. That Liverpool kit at the back. Which one? That one. 2007, 2008. Yeah, I loved that kit. I was just saying before, mate, I've got absolutely loads of them. I'm doing a giveaway of these at some point in the next few weeks. So they won't be there for very long. People will be winning them. Or people can choose which ones they might want. Here we go. Sander Berger. Lukic. Iwobi. Great ball in. It's cleared away. Still a chance here. It's time. We're over the added time here. Over the added time. Anthony Robinson stands it up into the box. It's cleared away. Nah, that's it. I think that's going to be it. It's going to be extra time and penalties. Oh, no, outside chance here if Xerxes can do something. Xerxes put Garnacho in. He's in behind. Chance. Good save and cleared away by Fulham. That should just be it. Unbelievable by Xerxes. Gotta say, that was really, really good from Joshua Xerxes. Here's Delict. Mazraoui. United getting up for the last, little flourish here at the end. Minute to go. Casemiro with the ball over the top. Delict with the header. Obi! Oh, he's claiming for the penalty. There's no way you're getting that. That should be that. I think that's a big chance for Obi, It's a very, very big chance. I think he should score that, The ball comes down. It's Delict with the chest into his path. I think he's got to score, It's not an easy chance. It's not an easy chance. I'm not going to sit here and say he definitely must score, but it's a good chance for Obi. And I think another striker on another day scores that one. Garnacho's end product is just nowhere near good enough. Yeah, have to agree with that, Dan. I think the touch is very good. You're looking at that. It's a very, very solid touch from Garnacho, but yeah, it's a bit of a pithy finish, isn't it? not quite strong enough. Right, we're going to extra time. I'm just going to run to the toilet very, very quickly. I'll be back in 30 seconds. Right, we're back. We are back. Man United 1, Fulham 1, going to extra time. That's a really good finish from Bruno Fernandes there. Just looking back at that one. That's an absolutely sensational finish. Right, so we'll restart it from 0-0 for extra time. Not 0-0. From 0, the clock, for extra time. 1-1. They're taking instructions here. Bruno Fernandes giving Obi some encouragement there. Man United sitting back and playing on the counter. That's what United are nowadays, relying on a free kick. It's sad but true, Gareth. It's very sad but true. It doesn't feel like United have got an awful lot in the tank. Don't think it feels a bit flat. Like, this is arguably United's best chance of winning a trophy this season. And I look at it and think to myself, well, this should be something they're throwing everything, absolutely everything at. And the crowd should be up. And you know, it should be a massive, like, a real push to get this over the line. But that's it. They look knackered, don't they? They look drained. Like, every time I've seen a United player get the ball, every time I've seen United get the ball, they've lost it within about 3 passes. At best. Harry Maguire's coming off. And Aiden Heaven's coming on. You know, another player who has just arrived at the club, young lad coming from, is it Arsenal he's coming from as well? So, 2 in midfield does not help them at all. Yeah, it's a big pitch at Old Trafford and it feels like they don't cover enough of the ground. But, yeah, it's been a tough game for United physically. I think Fulham have probably had the better of them. They've had more of the ball, and United have been chasing shadows for a lot of it. And they do just look really tired. And that I don't know if that's a conditioning thing. Is that like maybe Ruben Amorim, is he running them into the ground in training or what? I don't know, but they just seem dead on the feet. And this isn't a group of, you know, really old players. These aren't players like all of them, Eriksen, you know, Mazraoui, Xerxes, Garnacho. These are players who are at the peak physical fitness, you know, should be able to run for a long time. Garnacho's only just come on, you know. But yeah, they do. They look knackered. They do look knackered. Completely agree with that. Right, sorry, I've got to start the bloody scoreline, scoreboard, whatever. Right, here we go. Big first half of extra time. We're underway. Half an hour to go. Maybe penalties. I think Fulham to go through on penalties has got to be a good shout at this point. I do have Fulham to qualify, I think. I'm right in saying. Is that a foul? Does not give a foul there. Interesting. Doesn't even give a foul. Where is Heaven playing? Aiden Heaven. Onana scores a bicycle kick from 85 yards. Cheers, mate. Nan's putting coins down the radiator, shouting drop zone 3. Here we go. Ball into the box. Ah, it's cleared away. Who do you support, lad? I'm a Liverpool fan, Chief. So I have got a horse in the race. I want Fulham to win. But I've not got an FA Cup team anymore. So I'm just enjoying the football. I've watched Newcastle against Brighton live on the watch-along today. And then I'm just doing a watch-along of this one. So, yeah, just chilling, watching the game, mate. Loving life. How about you? Look at my PFP proper. What's PFP? Let's have a look. I assume that means profile pic, but go on, I'll have a look at it. TikTok. PFP. Oh, here we go. Garnacho's in behind. Chance. Oh, straight into the side netting. Chelsea have no history. Yes, lad. Legend of a guy, mate. You. Oh, thanks, Edward. You too, mate. We try, don't we? We try. Casemiro, little pirouette turn, little Marseille turn, and he gives it away. It's so hard. It's so hard watching these two. Because every time... But either of them, either team, they get possession, and within about 3 passes... They've given it away. There you are. Fulham win it back. 1 pass. Let's see how long they keep it for. 2 passes. 3. And most of them are all around the back. 4 passes. Let's see how long United keep it for. 5. They're just knocking it around the back. As soon as it goes into an error, and there you are, gives it away. Gives it away. Fucking hell, 7 passes. Crap. Crap. Now United have got it. Same with, and they've got it in their own half, bear in mind. I bet it's about the same, but it's about 5 or 6 passes max before United lose it. Can't wait for United to lose on pens, Reece. I've got to say, it's nailed on for penalties, innit? Because both of these, they can't... I wouldn't trust them to find their arse with both hands, as it stands. They wouldn't find water if they fell out of a boat, let alone finding red shirts and white shirts. Look at that, there you are. Xerxes passes to a Fulham player. Honestly, the pair of him. It's like the Red Lion against the fucking Dog and Duck. Shocking. The ex-Academy, Arsenal Academy player to score the winner. Which one? There's 2, isn't there? Obi and Heaven. Aiden Heaven. If United don't make a song... United fans have got to make a song with DJ Cammy's I'm in Heaven. Not I'm in Heaven. What's it called? We're in Heaven. Here we go. Great ball. Anderson. Nah, missed it. Too heavy. Too heavy. Tell you what. I meant to have a shave this morning. Look at the state of that beard. Scruffy bar steward. Need to have a shave when I get home. Right scruffy bugger. Onana striker incoming. I'm playing FIFA, mate. Grow it. I can't. I can't. I'm one of them people. I can't grow a beard. Honestly, if you go, I'd send you me. I can send you me TikTok. I've got a weight loss TikTok channel. because, you know, 3 stone, nearly 3 stone down in a few months, doing well. But I tried to grow a beard. I thought to myself, do you know what I'll do? I'll grow a beard out. I'll try and lose some weight and grow a beard. And I stuck to it. I went past the itchy phase and I let it grow out. Really stuck with it, even though I felt like a bit of a hobo. And, oh, mate, the result is so bad. The result was so bad. I mean, I look like something off Four Lions. I'm not even kidding. I look like the guy off Four Lions. It was really bad. Because it was all here. It was all here. It was a full chin strap. And I had nothing here. Absolutely nothing here. It just didn't suit me at all. Like someone had just took a shotgun with pubes and just went. So that was the position I was in, and I just, after a while, my missus literally came to me and said, listen, I've been with you 11 years, I love you to bits, but if you don't shave that off, there's a divorce petition going in. So I had no chance, it had to go. Get beard oil. Premier League dad 3 stone down, our goat. Trying. Premier League dad in his Asian face. So yeah, I really did struggle to try and grow a beard. I would have liked to. Are they signed shirts behind you or just shirts? They're just shirts, mate. They're just shirts. Lots and lots of different shirts from clubs all around the world, and I'll be giving them away. I'll be giving them away to followers, subscribers, whatever. I'll do a giveaway at some point once the channel's at a reasonable size. What was that? You thought I was in the office at home? No, I'm not. This is an office. I work here. This is my office. This is where I do all my stuff from. I have got an office at home. Well, I've not got an office at home. I just tend to do it in the living room at home. But yeah, no, I'm at an office right now. Good ball into the box. Cleared away. Do you work as well, mate, or is this full time for you? This is full time. This is full time. I worked in advertising. I was a sales director for. Say sales. I was a sales manager. Got to a sales director for 5 or 6 years. Ran my own business for a little bit. Sold that. Did all right. Oh, that's a back pass. Yeah, did all right. Worked in sales for a little bit, and then just decided. This is what I want to do. I want to try and do this. So I'm giving it a whirl. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. And I'll go back and get a job. But, you know, you've got to follow your dreams, haven't you? Got to follow your dreams. I love watching football. It's all I've ever wanted to do. So I'm going to give it a whirl. And we'll try it for 2025. I've given myself a year. I'm going to commit to it. I only started this in January, start of January. So very, very new to it all. Still learning how to edit videos and post videos and be on camera and all that sort of thing. It's all brand new to me. But I'm learning. I'm getting there. I'm hopefully getting a bit better. If I don't get given a Liverpool shirt in the giveaway to do the dishes, I'll be fuming. You can have whatever you want. Dan H, good for you, mate. Thanks, Dan. Appreciate it, mate. How many ex-Arsenal rejects are on the pitch? There's a fair few, isn't there? There's a fair few. I mean, it depends whether you want to call Heaven and Obi Martin Arsenal rejects, but Willian's there. Iwobi's there. Smith Rowe's there. There's a few others. Who else are we missing? Do you follow the Lancashire lad? He's a good creator, Liverpool fan as well. I don't actually. I don't think I've seen the Lancashire lad. Yeah, I don't know. I am absolutely shattered. What time are we on? 7:15. Why am I knackered? There's not even any good football on after this, is there? Is it? There's Nottingham Forest against Ipswich tomorrow night. I'm looking forward to that, and then there's the draw straight after that. So I'll do a watch along tomorrow for Forest and Ipswich, if people fancy watching that. That was a bit soft. Probably was a free kick, but it was a bit soft. Free kick to United, just in their own half. It's going to be a long, long ball. Deep. It's kind of in the position where Trent Alexander-Arnold knocked it long for the Origi goal against Everton. That's what it reminds me of. Pumped long, flicked on, goal kick to Fulham. I'm gutted we sold Smith Rowe. What a player. Really? I don't know if Arsenal would play Smith Rowe in. I mean, he probably now with the injury crisis, but I think he's one of them who needed to leave, didn't he? And yet there's players like Welbeck. Welbeck's the one you should have kept. Looking at that finish earlier. Here's Xerxes. That's not a penalty. Get up. Dean Webb, I like the vibe, pal. Good luck with everything. Thanks, Dean. Appreciate it, mate. I'm trying. I might be a massive failure, but hey, we'll stick with it and see how we go. I'm posting videos every day. Doing lives every day. Trying to grow the channel. Trying to get big. Trying to do all that sort of thing. Not trying to be a millionaire with it. I don't care about all that, but just as long as you can make a living from it. A modest, average living. That'll do me. I'm not hard to please. I don't want Rolexes and living in Dubai and all that sort of stuff. That's not me. Here's Onana. I'm going to have to send it long. We're coming up to half-time in extra time. I think everyone pretty much knows what's coming, don't we? We all know that it's going to be penalties here. We all know that it's going to be penalties. Bruno Fernandes. Here's Mazraoui. Good play from Obi. Calvin Bassey. That's a foul, referee. Foul to Fulham. Have you seen the cop artist on here? Does great drawing. Massive Liverpool fan. I haven't actually. There's some magnificent artists. Proper artists. Good creators who do stuff for Liverpool. Yeah, and they're really, really good. I've followed quite a few on Twitter. To be honest, one of my dad's mates was, I can't remember what his surname was. His name was Frank. I don't know if you remember in Liverpool, on the Kop, Liverpool always had a big, massive flag, like a huge flag that used to run up and down the Kop before games. You still do it a little bit now, but it's not the same flag. The guy who brought that in, and the guy who did it for decades, was Frank. He was one of my dad's mates, and it was his flag. And he knitted it and put it all... Well, not knitted it, but you know what I mean. Manufactured it, put it all together. But yeah, there's some really, really talented people who make stuff for the club. Flags, murals, posters, all sorts of stuff. But no, I haven't seen too many of them on TikTok. 1 minute of extra time to be added in the first half of extra time. Here's Garnacho. Cleared away by Fulham. There's not really been much doing, has there, in this first half? It's been right crap watching. Really crap. Here's Obi. He's in. I tell you what. Good save from Leno. Very good save from Leno. Obi had a big chance there. And he pounced on a bit of indecisiveness from Joachim Andersen. It's a very good... do you know what? Fair play, Obi. Fair play to Obi for one. First play getting it on target. But that's a wonderful save from Leno. That is a world-class save from Leno. It's a great shot and it's a wonderful save. Make no mistakes, 2 very good bits of play there from both teams. I think he's going to blow up for full time, half time now, not sorry, full time. He's going to score the winning goal, I can see it. Don't say that, Reece. It's going to go to penalties. Bruno Fernandes with the ball in. It's cleared away. It's cleared away. There you go, half time. Half time in full time, in extra time, sorry. Right. Let's get ready for the second half. See, even Gary Lineker's just said it. Even Gary Lineker's just said, we all know it's going to go to penalties. That's what we all want, isn't it? I don't even know why we bother with extra time. Yeah, that's exactly what we want. Everyone is looking at this and going, nobody, please nobody score in the second half of extra time, for God's sake. That chance from Obi was brilliant. It was purely down to Anderson not being quick enough. Obi did really well to sense on the danger, pounce. He got himself into a good position, opened his body up. Lovely little like guided finish. It was going right into the top corner, and Leno, that's a magnificent save. That's really good play. Really, really good play. Look up the cop artist on here on TikTok. Go on, I'll have a look for him. I'll have a look for him. Seeing as you've recommended him, the cop artist. Oh, nice. Yeah, no, I have got him. I apologise. Yeah, I have. He's really good. He is really, really good. Yeah, there's some crackers like him, mate. Some absolutely cracking artists who work with the club and do bits. Second half coming up. Let me get a bottle of water. Because I am feeling tired. I've not had enough to eat today. No wonder it's falling off me. No wonder I'm 3 stone down. Not eating. Sat here drinking water. It's nearly 7 o'clock. Really starving. Have I got out here I can snack on? I don't think I have. Geezer bottle. I think these are Costco jobs. Oh, Christ, and they spilled that on my laptop. I think these are Costco jobs. Need to go to Costco, order a birthday cake. That's another thing that's seriously underrated. Costco cake. It's absolutely mint. Cost about £4 or something stupid like that, and it lasts for about a week. It feels like you're having cake every meal. Oh, here we go. Must be. Oh, have you missed it? Have you missed it? Never mind the flag is up. How have you done that? Fulham have been in an unbelievable position there to just finish the game off. He's offside. Oh, you fluffed that. That's so poor from Fulham. Smith Rowe doesn't watch the line. And then he makes the wrong shot choice anyway. Wrong pass choice. Silly. Really silly from Smith Rowe. Oh, why has nobody told me to start my clock again? Here's Xerxes. Garnacho running at the back line. Shot. Skies it. Skies it. Ryan Sessegnon's about to come on for Fulham. But Iwobi, that feels weird. Like, do you know what? At this point as a manager, at what point are you thinking, I need to start preparing for penalties here? Like, why aren't you... I think in the last 10 minutes of injury time, last 10 minutes of extra time, I'd just be thinking to myself, I need to get as many strikers and attacking-minded players on that pitch as possible. Like, just for... Because I'm sure if you're a professional footballer, and let's say... There's no reason why you shouldn't be able to do a job for 5 minutes at right back or centre back or left wing or whatever. You know, you could put a striker at left wing and overload your attack with strikers, overload the squad with strikers, just to make sure you've got enough penalty takers on the pitch. Bruno Fernandes running forward, puts it out wide to Garnacho, pulls it back. Casemiro, that's a wonderful tackle from Fulham. That's a wonderful piece of play. And here's Anthony Robinson, Fulham on the counter-attack. That's a good tackle from De Ligt. And he keeps it in as well. Wonderful play from De Ligt. Very good play. He's been a good signing for United, De Ligt. Don't think he's world class or anything, you know, let's not get it twisted. He's not brilliant, but he's been a good signing for them. Oh, Obi, what a run this is. Casemiro crowded out again. Casemiro's got no legs. It's like he's running in treacle. Honestly, and again, I know that's rich coming from me, because I'm sure he beat me. But it literally looks like he's running in cement. Is Willian. Great ball out. That's magnificent. And here's Sessegnon on the right-hand side. Cuts inside. Shot. Good save from Onana. Low down to his left. Very good save. And we've got 11 minutes to go. There's still time for either of these sides. If they want to win it, they can win it. Yeah, I was going to say, commentators just said the second half of extra time is already livelier than the first. It's only been 4 minutes. Already we've had more chances in the first 4 minutes than either. Ball in, Jimenez. No. That's much better from United. Xerxes with a great touch. Passes it off and straight out of play for a Fulham throw. Any takers? Is anyone thinking this doesn't reach penalties in the next 10 minutes? Is anyone seriously thinking that this is going anywhere other than a penalty shootout? I just can't make a case for it being anything other than a penalty shootout. Favourite movie of all time? Bloody hell. Now, there was a question. I've got too many. Edward. I couldn't tell you. I really like... There's a film you probably won't know. It's called Tango and Cash. Stars Kurt Russell and Sylvester Stallone as two cops who are framed. And when I tell you that's the best film that I can watch and rewatch over and over again, it's so good. It's proper, like, feel-good, beating the bad guys film. Tango and Cash. Plus it's got a cool name. Tango and Cash. Real badass cops. So yeah, I do like that one. Casemiro, just wide. So yeah, that'd be up there. There's a lot of him. There's a lot of films I can rewatch over and over again. Love the Kill Bills. The Kill Bill films are fantastic. Most films by Tarantino, actually. I like Django Unchained as well. Mine is the original Karate Kid. Nice. Yeah, nice. I don't mind that. Actually, I like really camera on TV, please, wanna see. Nah, sorry, mate. Camera stays on me. I'm more important. Also, I'd get banned if I put it on the TV, so I can't put it on the TV, even though you might want me to. Sorry. Here's Garnacho. Cuts out to... Is he going to get it in? Great ball in. Obi! Oh, just inches wide. I'm more important. I've got to be. I've got to be. He might not think I am, but, you know, sorry, I am. I'm no more important than anyone else. But in this case, I am. Here we go, Sessegnon. Fulham. Oh, just wide. It's a corner. To Fulham. Heaven clears it away. Never thought I'd say that. I'm at work, please, want to check the game. You can check the game. It's 1-1. It's 1-1 in extra time, trust me. Trust me, I'm telling you, I am the most trustworthy person you will ever meet. And it's 1-1. So you are checking the game, it's 1-1. And believe me, you'll know if anything happens, because I'll be cheering loudly if it's a Fulham goal. It's a corner to Fulham, ball in. Oh, and cleared away by United. There's 6 minutes left, Windy. There's 6 minutes left. So there's every chance it doesn't even make it to... No, it will. It will. It's going to go to penalties. It's going to go to penalties. 6 minutes left. Neither team has been fantastic. So... Yeah, Chido Obi's been a bit more impressive for United in that centre-forward position. I'm looking forward to seeing Man United fans calling him the next big thing now. He has looked a lot better than Rasmus Højlund up there. And that'll be the call now from United fans, won't it? You watch. United fans will be saying, we need to start Chido Obi up there now and not Højlund. Which I'm not sure the United board will love, by the way. Because Højlund is an asset. An asset that they paid, what, 80 million quid for? It's a lot of money. They don't want to be throwing that down the drain. Here's Smith Rowe. Gets into the box. Willian stands it up. Cleared away. Nice and easy. Four minutes to go. Bruno Fernandes to whip the ball in. Feels like this is Man United's best chance of scoring, to be honest. Long ball in. Drops, maybe. Nah, cleared away by Fulham. 3.5 minutes to go. It's just lots of long balls. Lots and lots of long balls. Deep from the halfway line. Knocking it into the box and seeing what happens. And that's pretty much all United have got. And maybe that's in part down to what we were saying earlier when we were talking about United just looking dead on their feet. They look bereft of energy, of ideas. You know, they really lack... They lack a lot of energy. They look flat. They look really dead on the feet. And then the obvious thing with that is just to pump it long, isn't it? You know, bypass the Fulham defence, try and win the flick-ons, and see what happens. Because they've not got any legs in that midfield. They're really, really struggling, and you can see that. You can see that. We're into the last 3 minutes. Plus injury time. What happens here? Does it make it to penalties? Do you think Fulham might pinch it? I don't know. I think it's going to make penalties. I can't see it being anything other than there's not been enough going on in the last the last half hour of the game. And extra time. Basically for the last hour of football, apart from Bruno Fernandes, since Bruno Fernandes scored, from that moment on, the game's been dead. Lindelof. Oh, Sessegnon. Oh, if you'd have... It's just... There's little chances for Fulham. Not often, but little chances in the box there. And if they'd have took the chances, they could have avoided penalties, because Fulham have certainly had the better of the chances. Not just in the second half, and not just in the extra time. Throughout the game, Fulham have had the bigger chances here. So, it's... Bruno Fernandes, player of the match. I'm not sure about that. Not sure about that. He has had the one big moment in the game, so maybe. Harrison Reed into Sander Berger. Willian got a shoot. No, he goes out wide to Anthony Robinson. Is he going to stand it? Yes. Shizer. Absolutely crap. Never going to win the game doing that. Robinson again. Willian. Oh, that's a free kick, referee. That's a foul and a free kick to Fulham right on the edge of the area. And there might just be an outside chance here. Just maybe. Just maybe. You never know. It's a free kick right on the edge of the box to Fulham. Raul Jimenez, definitely a foul. No danger about that. Mazraoui diving in. And with 30 seconds to go. 30 seconds to go. Willian's got a free kick. Right on the edge of the area. He's got a great chance to whip this in. And put pressure on Onana. Has to be a chance for Fulham, this. It's a big, big chance. A really big chance. Seconds to go. Don't mind me, I'm just putting some cream on my elbows. Here we go. Ball into the box. What are you doing? What are you doing, you moron? Oh, that's so poor. No wonder you didn't have a club 3 weeks ago. Idiot. 1 minute left. Willian's just blown an absolute goldie chance. Ridiculous. And now Man United go up the other end. 45 seconds to go. Are they going to make it count? I don't think so somehow. I think we're going to go to penalties. And I think we all kind of knew that, didn't we? I suspect we all kind of knew that. And now, you know, I hate to say it, but I've got Manchester United... Sorry, I've got Fulham to qualify in this one. And I might have to cash out. Here's Willian. Big chance if you can get the ball right. It's a foul. That's a foul, sir. Has he blown up? Oh, this ref! Mate, you can't do that. Fulham had a free kick in the United half and he's blown up. Divvy. This United ref. This ref. It's going to be a penalty shootout. Penalty shootout. We've gone to pens. What I'll do is I'll reset it for the penalty shootout. It's finished 1-1, but we're going to do penalties now. So let's talk penalty shootout. And let's see. Let's just have a little see now. Fulham to qualify. Fulham to qualify. Fulham to qualify. I've literally got Fulham to qualify on everything. I can't have that. I've got to cash one out, haven't I? I've got to cash one out. It's just not worth it. I'll cash that one out. Yeah, I'm going to cash that one out. I'll take me 30 quid back. That one. We'll keep that one running. We'll keep that one running. Keep that one running. And we'll keep that one running. Why not? Why not? Right. Ref is on the take. Yeah, no kidding. He's had some shocking decisions, this ref. Maybe not as bad as Anthony Taylor in the last one. But he has had some shocking decisions. And now we're on to the penalty shootout. I'm looking at the team who United have got out. I'm trying to think to myself who I'd put as penalty takers. I guess it comes down to who feels most confident, doesn't it? Chido Obi. Would he have one? I think you'd want one, wouldn't you? But it's always better to put your experienced players on. Leno v Onana. Maybe not as bad as Michael Oliver giving a yellow for attempted murder. He didn't give a yellow. I don't think he even gave a yellow card. I'm almost certain he didn't even give a yellow card. Because he didn't come out after the game, after the thing. He came out and just did that and took out a red. Whereas normally he has to go yellow, no, and then red. I'm sure he just came out and went red. Harry Westrip, Fulham go through here. I hope so, because I've got big accers on Fulham to go through. Honestly, I don't know how I've managed to do it. Stupidly, I've got 4 accers running, and they've all got Fulham to qualify on. I'm clearly showing a bit of bias as a Liverpool fan. I had Fulham to qualify. I also had Brighton to qualify on a lot of them. So I've done all right. I've got some good cash backs, so I'm all right. But I'm not going to cash them out. I'm not going to be a coward. I'm not going to be a coward. I'm going to stick with Fulham and trust that they go through on the penalty shootout. What I am going to do, though, Prem Dad about to cash out 45k. No chance, not even close, Reese. I am going to turn the chat off. I'm going to turn the chat off because I don't trust yous. I'm going to watch this game without the chat. I've not got flash scores on or anything like that. I have got nothing like that on. I'm turning the chat off. I don't want to see, because I don't trust people in the chat. You're not going to be spoiling it when there's goals going in and misses and all that sort of thing. I'm watching this on BBC iPlayer, and I know that there's a delay, obviously, with the live BBC on terrestrial TV. So I think you'll know before I will. So I'm not going to put it on. I'm not even going to look at the chat. Not going to look at the chat. I'm turning it off. There you go. We're going to watch the game. Fulham against Bruno. Fulham against Bruno. Anthony Robinson against Bruno. Doing the coin toss here. And let's see what happens. Oh, here we go. Come on, Fulham. Come on, Fulham. Them Fulham fans deserve it purely for the fact that it is 7:15, and at best, even if they leave at 8 o'clock, at best they're getting home for maybe 1 o'clock. On the coaches back down to London, they're getting back at about 1 o'clock. There's no trains, there'll be no trains back, so they'll all be on coaches. They're looking at getting back at 1 a.m. at the absolute best. And that's before the penalty shootouts have started. So Fulham deserve this for the fans that have travelled up from London. Come on, Fulham. Plus, I kind of want to see it anyway because I'm a Liverpool fan. So come on, Fulham. Let's get it done. Oh, get in. Anderlecht beating Standard Liège as well. All the bets are up. All the bets are up, apart from this one, up to this point. So come on, Fulham. If Fulham don't go through, then I'm down on like 4 accumulators. So I'll have lost about, I don't know, 150 quid maybe. I mean, I didn't put that much on, But that's how much the cash out value is at the minute. It's probably about a combined, maybe 200 quid actually. It's probably about a combined 200 quid cash out value across the four of them. But here we go. Bruno Fernandes, first penalty. Steps up, does the little skip. Goal, 1-0. Scheiße. Scheißenhausen. Will you go to the shop on your way home, please? I'll send you a pic of what I want. Oh, the wife. Sending me on errands on my way home. Probably to go and pick up, I don't know, some snacks. Here's Raul Jimenez. Raul Jimenez has got to score. Raul Jimenez has got to score. Come on, you Mexican handsome human being. Come on, stick it away. Stick it away. Arriba! 1-1. Hey, get in there. Get in there. 1-1. Go on, lad. It's a good pen. Very good pen. Inside netting as well. Who's next for Manchester United? It's Dalot. Oh. I don't know if Kane's in the chat. And I'm not even looking at the chat. But Kane absolutely hates Diogo Dalot. If this guy misses, he'll be after lynching him. It'll be so bad. Dalot. Good pen. Very good pen. Very good pen. To times like this, we need Phil Jones back. We need Phil Jones or someone like that to step up. But it's a good pen. Very good pen from Dalot. 2-1 to Manchester United. I've got to knock the score lines up, haven't I? No, I'm not going to bother with the score lines. We're watching penalties. You know that at this point in the game, it's penalties. So I'm not going to do that. Not even going to bother. Who's this? Joachim Anderson. Oh, he's just going to smash it, isn't he? He's just going to blast it. No fit. Oh, no, it's Berger. Berger's fine. I trust Berger. That's a great pen. That's a great pen. Yeah, fabulous penalty. Thought it was Anderson. I would have panicked a little bit if it was Joachim Anderson. But no, Sander Berger is a very cultured midfielder. And he sticks that away. Lovely. Beautiful penalty. Yes, Marco Silva. Look at him there. Giving it a bit of that. Have a bit of that. Here's Casemiro earning his 350 grand a week. If he misses this. Oh. Casemiro. He's got to score this. He's got to score this. Steps up. Good pen. Very good pen. Very good pen. And he goes over to the crowd giving it the old Vamos! Vamos! Hey, venga chicos! Here we go. Sticks it away. Good pen. Very, very good pen, that. Good, all good pens. 5 penalties so far. All exceptional penalties. I mean, I guess they're all good pens. If they go in, they're a good pen. But good quality pens, I'd have to say. And here's Willian. Now, what I will say about Willian is he looks a fantastic penalty taker. He's got a great foot. Very cultured. But he also looks like someone that'll sky it. No worries. 3-3. I sensed that he'd be good. Forget the second bit that I said. I always knew. Willie. Willie. Oh, Victor Lindelof. Now this man screams miss. He's gonna miss. Victor Lindelof. I don't know why. I might be wrong. I think there's a crossbar hit in here. I think it's a post or a crossbar. And the crowd are going to groan. Victor Lindelof steps up. It's a save! It's a save! Yes! Have a bit of that, Bernd Leno! Hey! Oh, yeah. See you later, Victor. Unlucky cock. Unlucky. Oh, look at that United fan with about 18 million badges on his hat. Yeah, he'll need another badge for this one, cock. The day we went out in the FA Cup. 3-3, but Fulham have an extra kick. And here we go. Who's coming up to take it? It's like the Royal Rumble, this. Who's coming up? It's Anthony Robinson. Left pegger. Yeah, left pegger. Like me. Left footer, Anthony Robinson. They don't miss left footers. Don't miss. There you go. Best football players, left footers. 4-3. And Fulham, it's at match point. We're basically at sudden death here now. If United miss, the game is over. If Fulham score after that, the game is over. United have to be perfect from this point on. And it's Joshua Zirkzee who scored the winner against Arsenal in the FA Cup. To knock Arsenal out, Joshua Zirkzee scored a really important penalty in that penalty shootout. Is he going to get United out of this one? Is he going to knock United out this time? Joshua Zirkzee, I think he'll score. He misses it. United are out. Oh, the bat's up. It's over his face. It's done. It's Fulham. Get in there. Fulham are through. Oh, yes, there's a pylon in front of the Stretford end, and it isn't Fulham. It isn't United, sorry, it is Fulham. It is Fulham. Oh, get in there. Get in there. Right, I can look at the chat again, lad. I can look at the chat again now. Oh. Can you sing happy birthday to my best friend, please? She's called Lacey. I can't, mate. I'm sorry. Thank you, though. I'm not legally allowed to do it. United and Arsenal trophyless in England once again. Oh.
Here's what I found.
Here's what I found. I don't know why my watch is talking to me. Get in there. Manchester United out of the FA Cup. Oh, 4-3 on penalties for Fulham. Joshua Zirkzee, such a winner in the FA Cup game against Arsenal. The penalty he took then knocked him through. This time it's knocked him out. It's a poor penalty. That's such a poor penalty. Oh, honestly, that's sackable. That is a sackable offence, that is a sackable offence for taking a penalty like that. Oh, that's disgusting. That is disgusting. If you're a United fan watching this, you'd be raging. You'd be absolutely raging. Oh, Uncle wins. Alright, Uncle wins. How you doing, cock? Oh, Fulham win 4-3 on penalties. You reckon Ruben will get sacked? I think he might do, you know. I think he'll be gone before the end of the season. You watch. Premier League P. Diddy. I've got my baby oil. Ready, Uncle wins. I think he will. Yeah. I think if he gets knocked out of that game against Real Sociedad, which, by the way, I strongly fancy Real Sociedad. Sociedad are a better team than Fulham. And over 2 legs, I think the better team generally goes through. So I think Sociedad will knock United out. And if they go out of that one, that means they're out of all domestic competitions, they're out of the European competition, and they'll be sat maybe, 15th in the league? That's not good enough. The guy's had half a season. It's not good enough. He's got to go. He's absolutely got to go. And look, I'm someone that's given Ruben Amorim an awful lot of compliments since he's come in. I think he's a really good manager. But you can't keep losing. You can't keep losing while you're trying to figure it out. While you're trying to figure it all out, you can't keep losing. You've got to have some sort of a strategy. They might have a chance in the Championship next year. Mate, they're not going down. But they absolutely aren't going to win anything this year. And they're struggling. That's the grim reality of it. They're struggling. Well, Bernd Leno doesn't sound anything like I thought he'd sound like. But that was a really, I don't know, maybe not. It was a tough game. It felt like a tough game to watch, that one. Like a really tough game to watch. It wasn't one for the purists, was it? Really wasn't one for the purists. I didn't think that it was an enjoyable one. Certainly not like the Newcastle and Brighton game earlier in the day. That was a much, much better game. And look, we're coming into this now with... we're going into the quarter-final now. Quarter-final draw tomorrow after Nottingham Forest and Ipswich. I'll be here for a watch-along for Nottingham Forest and Ipswich. If anyone wants to watch that. I'll be doing a live watch-along for that. And then we'll stick around for the draw as well. Although I think the draw might be before. It's on the One Show, isn't it? Isn't the draw on the One Show? So I think we'll do the draw. We'll do a live watch-along of the draw. And then we'll do the Forest and Ipswich game. Draws tonight, I believe, they said on BBC. Is it really? Dan H, see you, mate. Enjoy the rest of your evening. I'll pop by again tomorrow. All right, Dan, take it easy, mate. Have a good night. Zeke, why was Lindelof even taking PKs? Shake my head. I don't know. I don't understand why. But do you know what? There's other players on the pitch, Zeke. And usually the process there is... Oh, it is. It's the FA Cup quarter-final draw. It is. It's on now. Sorry. Here we go. Quarter-final draw is right now. Let's see. Let's have a little see. Enjoy the rest. Sorry, draws tonight. Yeah, usually with penalty kicks, they put their hand up, don't they? You know, the manager will say who wants a penalty, who feels good, who feels confident. And if players put their hand up, then they get it. If they don't put their hand up, then they don't get it. It's... Who's that? Is that Dennis Irwin? That's a Liverpool player. Who is it? Oh, Danny Murphy. That's Danny Murphy, and it looks like Dennis Irwin. Yeah, Dennis Irwin, he was fantastic. Right. I'm in tears. Knew we would lose. Lindelof probably thinking he's England. Maguire. Well, I think that if you put your hand up and you say, yeah, go on, coach, I'll take one. Your centre-back shouldn't be the ones doing that. Like, of all the players that were still on the pitch for Manchester United, let's just double-check who was left on the pitch at the end there. Manchester United had on the pitch... Mazraoui didn't take a penalty. Garnacho didn't take a penalty, did he? And then you've got Heaven, Obi, Lindelof. Yeah, okay, fair enough. But still, I think looking at that team, you'd absolutely expect your centre forward to take one. You would absolutely expect your centre-forward to take one. Right, here's your draw numbers. 1 is Preston North End, 2 is Villa, 3 is Palace, 4 Fulham, 5 Brighton, 6 Bournemouth, 7 City, and 8 Forest or Ipswich. Oh, I hope City get a really tough draw. Like, who's the hardest draw City could get there? Maybe Bournemouth away, or Fulham away, or Villa away. If City get a really tough draw, then it opens that whole FA Cup up. I want to see a completely like mad FA Cup final this year, like Preston against Ipswich or Palace against. I'd like Palace get to the final actually. Palace against Forest would be a good draw in the final. Here we go. We're looking at the draw. FA Cup quarter-final draw. First one out is number 4, Fulham. First one out. First one out. Who have they got? Number 3, Palace. No, London derby. I fancy Palace there, you know. Fancy Palace. Number 1, Preston. City are getting these bastards, aren't they? Watch City. Number 7. Number 2, Aston Villa. Aston Villa going to Preston. Right, well then, I think if City get an away draw here, there's Forest, Bournemouth and Brighton they can get left. Bournemouth number 6, right? If City get an away draw, I think City could go out against any of these. It's City. Bournemouth v City, right? I fancy Bournemouth there. Come on, Bournemouth. So that means it's Brighton against the winner of tomorrow's game, Forest or Ipswich. So Brighton against Forest, you'd have to say. Probably, I think everyone expects Forest to go through tomorrow night, right? Brighton against Forest, maybe. Brighton against Forest or Ipswich. Wow. That's a huge draw. Really big draw. Really hope City goes trophyless. Yeah, me too. Could see an upset in this competition. You could definitely see it, couldn't you? Could definitely see it. Right, there's the draw in full. Fulham against Crystal Palace. I'm going to fancy Palace in that one. Preston v Aston Villa. Fancy Villa. Bournemouth City. Come on, Bournemouth. Brighton against probably Forest or Ipswich. I'm rooting for Brighton there out of them three. So, Brighton, Bournemouth, Villa, Palace. That would be a great semi-final lineup. Brighton, Bournemouth, Villa, Palace. 4 teams absolutely dying to win something. That would be amazing. That would make the bring the FA Cup back to life. Peter Light, woo, Brighton fan here. That's a good draw for you, isn't it, Peter? Depressing being a United fan at the minute, Kane. It's really been a depressing year for United, hasn't it? Let's be honest. Do the Palace game, as that'll be a cracking game. Yeah, absolutely. I'll do all of them. I'm sure they'll be spread across a weekend. So, yeah, we'll do all of them. I'll be here for absolutely all of them. See you shortly on iPlayer. I'm on iPlayer. There you go. Even better, my dad's a Geordie. That's brilliant. That's fantastic. It was a great game. Absolutely great game for Brighton today up at Newcastle. Played really well. Great finish from Welbeck. Another underrated player. And I want to see... The last thing we all want to see, surely, is another Manchester City FA Cup win. Thanks for sharing the live, Ryan. If you can give me a like, if you can like and follow, if you can go to YouTube and subscribe to Premier League Dad. I put videos out every single day. We're live on there right now. I'm putting a video out tomorrow. We've got our Premier League predictions coming up for this weekend's Premier League games. That's always a big one. Welbeck's one of our best signings. Yeah, 100%. 100%. He's been a brilliant signing for Brighton. And it's, do you know what? It's a really good result that for Brighton. Really good result for Fulham this as well, to see him get into the next round. And this feels like the most exciting sort of FA Cup in years now. You know, we've had United go out, Liverpool go out, Chelsea go out, Spurs go out, Arsenal go out. Feels a bit like the magic of the FA Cup's back. So you go, marching down. We read minds there, didn't we? Both said exactly the same thing at the same time. Palace in the final would be mega. Oh, yeah. I didn't even think about that, Peter. Imagine Brighton against Palace in the final at Wembley. That'd be one for the ages, that, wouldn't it? Imagine if Preston somehow gets to the final. I'm not sure if Preston will make it past Villa. They are a good side, Preston. They're quite capable. You know, they've got some good players in there. Osmajic scored a great goal yesterday. Reece is a good player, but I think, yeah, Preston might struggle past Villa, to be honest. Sprouty, we should have gotten a free kick against Fulham, though. We got robbed. I think that's generous. I'm not quite sure you can say you were the better team against Fulham today. It was very tight. And I think Bruno Fernandes's goal was a good one. Preston winning would be the magic of the FA Cup, I suppose. Yeah. But I mean, Preston getting far would be. Preston definitely getting far would be a good shout. But yeah, that's brilliant. That is really, really good. Here's Ruben Amorim. Here, let's listen to Ruben Amorim.
Score in the second half after that goal in set pieces near the half time. And then it's harder for us to go and press a little bit high, but we managed to do it. We score. I think we have the best chances in the game. Sometimes we drop.
I think we had the best chances in the game.
But in the end, the penalties can go both ways, and today was not our day.
In the end, the penalties can go either way, but today, not our day. Why is he not holding himself accountable? Why is he not pointing to the players here?
Important to say that with the substitutions, we had our chance to win the game. We were compact. We fight for the game, and that is the most important thing.
And why do you think those chances aren't coming off for your players?
This isn't...
I think we are better in the first ball, in the second ball, and then Garner sometimes is not in the right position to defend, but in the perfect position for transition, and we know that, and we try to use that.
At least Man City are playing Bournemouth, so they're probably going to go out. Well, I don't know if they probably will go out. City will certainly give them a good game, but Bournemouth will definitely give them a good game as well, won't they? Bournemouth will 100% give them a good game. Usually draw United in the FA Cup, but oh wait, they're not there anymore. Obviously, he's watching a different game. Yeah, that's the thing. I'm looking at him thinking, I don't understand why he's just come out there and said that it was like just a look of the draw, and like there's no Man United player that would ever, or ever any Man United manager, that would ever come out after that performance at home to Fulham, given where they are in the league, and give that interview. That feels borderline like I don't like using this word, but triggering a little bit as a United fan. If you're a United fan watching that, I'd just be thinking to myself, mate, them players looked beaten. They looked they had no energy. They were on the floor, dead after 45 minutes, to be honest. After 45 minutes, United looked knackered. They didn't have any ideas. It took a piece of magic from Bruno Fernandes to get them back on the level terms. Even after that, Fulham had a couple of chances to win it. And then they go out on penalties, which I think on the balance of play, Fulham probably deserved it. If you had to pick one team on that basis, I think Fulham were probably the team to go through. So, a frustrating night for United fans, but I don't think you can say that he can't feel a sense of injustice. What was the score? It was 1-1, and then it went to penalties, and Fulham won. Hope you're keeping well. Yeah, all good, mate, today. All good. Yeah, go silent. Come on, lads. All good. Let's stay friends. Stay friends in the chat. United were the better team for me. I'm not sure. I'm not sure they were, Caleb. Again, I'm a Liverpool fan, but I have no horse in the race. I really like Ruben Amorim, but I think he's getting it wrong. And I think he deserves... There's going to be quite a bit of criticism that flies his way over the next few days, and some of it will be undeserved, some of it will be reactionary, and just because United are having a really rough time of it and have done over the last few years. But he should be doing a lot better. He's inherited a squad far, far better than what David Moyes has down the road, just down the East Lancs, and yet David Moyes is doing far better. You can't explain that. It's because of whatever he's doing in training, he isn't communicating his ideas well enough. The players look dead on the feet. They're coming out with no energy until maybe the last 10-15 minutes of games where they might have a second wind. But they look a bit flat and they look beaten. They lose every second ball. I've never seen a team give away possession more than this Manchester United side. Every third pass, gone. Either out of play, overhit, underhit, intercepted. They are dreadful. So I don't know. Ruben Amorim at Sporting Lisbon was he was kind of the king of transition play, wasn't he? He was very good at setting players up so that once they won the press, they were off. And they beat Manchester City when they went, they were 1-0 down and they ended up winning 4-1 or whatever. A lot of them were very quick counter-attacking goals for that reason. Sporting were lightning quick on the counter, wing-backs very high, good press, and then playing through the lines in the transition very, very quickly. None of that at United. We're seeing absolutely none of that in the first few months. And I think you can only partially blame that on the players. There's no signs that it's going to be any progression. There's none. Absolutely none. And if he goes out, if United go out against Real Sociedad, I think they've got this appointment wrong. And there'll be a real clamour from some quarters, not all, and he might last through it, he might just ride it out, but there will be a real clamour from some Manchester United fans, with justification as well, that Ruben Amorim should be sacked before the end of the season. I know they don't want that to happen, and I don't want that to happen either, by the way. I think he's a good manager, but he's making mistakes. He is making mistakes. He's making errors. He's sticking rigidly to this stupid system. And the players don't look any better for it. We're not seeing an upturn in form. We're not seeing an upturn in application. There's none of the players. Can you name me a player that Ruben Amorim has come in since he's took over from Ten Hag that looks miles better or looks better than they did under Ten Hag? I don't think he's improved a single player. Not one. I think Højlund arguably looks worse. Xerxes, maybe a touch, maybe just. Garnacho, Menu, these are players he's called out. Ahmad, yeah, okay, Ahmad, fine, Ahmad. But Ahmad, I think, is one of them who he's just given game time in his right position, hasn't he? I don't think Ahmad you can give lots of credit to getting him. He was playing under Ten Hag and he scores the winner under Ten Hag in the FA Cup last season. I think Ahmad's just a young player that needed lots more minutes and he would have played well under any manager that came in. What I'm saying is, I can name you probably 3 or 4 examples of players who looked lost at Liverpool and then Klopp came in and they looked amazing. And again, with Arne Slot, Ryan Gravenberch looked a little bit lost under Klopp last season. Even Diaz, a little bit. And Szoboszlai. Slot comes in. All 3 incredible this season. Managers have this effect on players. New managers coming in. The new manager bounce. He's not had it. There's been no new manager bounce under Ruben Amorim. Why? He's affected nothing. And as a manager, the buck's got to stop with you. So, as much as United might not want to change, I think there'll be a call for them to do so. They really will. I think if they go out, only if they go out against Sociedad, then there will be a massive call for Amorim to go. Ruud van Nistelrooy, next manager sacked, almost certainly. But he's another manager who the board are just sticking with blindly. I don't understand why he's still at Leicester. But there you go. That's maybe why I'm not on the board of a Premier League club. What is the draw for the FA Cup? Let me tell you. I have just had a look. Dan the man talking bubble. Go on. Why am I talking bubble, Dan? Why am I talking bubble? Here we go. FA Cup fixtures. Right, so the fixtures are Nottingham Forest against Ipswich. Tomorrow, obviously. And then the next round, it's Preston against Villa. Fulham against Crystal Palace. Bournemouth against City. And then Brighton against the winner of tomorrow's game, Nottingham Forest or Ipswich. So, some good draws in the quarter-final. And whatever happens, I think the semi-final will be good too. Calls to be sacked, never happening. Mate, there's already been calls to be sacked. I don't know what, honestly, I've watched United fan channels, I go on Twitter, I see it, I see loads of people in the chat here as well, telling me that Ruben Amorim, if he's not careful, he's going to go. And this is up there with the worst start of any Manchester United manager ever. Ever. I'm not sitting here saying... You're saying clueless fans, but that's got to count at some point, hasn't it? I'm not sitting here advocating and saying he has to go. He has to go. What I'm saying is that those calls will get louder and louder and louder. There's some clueless fans, of course. That's the same at any club. But if he goes out against Sociedad, the season's over in March and he's sat in 15th or 16th or wherever United are, it's not good enough. It's not good enough. And he's not affecting anything in a positive way. So then the board have to look at it and go, well, if we have got 300 million quid, which we probably don't have, the skint, but let's say they find it down the back of the sofa. Let's say they sell some players and they manage to cobble together a few £100 million to reshape the squad. Do they want to reshape it in his image? Do they want to give 300 million to the guy who can't work with the players he's already got? Like, is that a smart business decision? That doesn't make any sense to me. He's made no effect at all. If Ten Hag had stayed in charge of Manchester United, would they be any worse off than they are now? I don't think they would be. I don't think they would be at all. I think Ten Hag would have United in exactly this, maybe even in a better position. I don't know. But he would be in exactly the same position as they are now, at the very least. They'd be the same. Yeah, I think that's probably fair to say. If Ruben Amorim hadn't come in and Ten Hag stayed in here till the end of the season, it'd be about as it is now. It wouldn't be any worse. So therefore, they have a decision to make on whether they want to back the guy who hasn't instigated any change in the club at all. And as good a manager as I think Ruben Amorim is, I think the way clubs operate these days, they could sack him. They really could. They really could sack him. They've already proven that they're willing to act very quickly. They spent ages trying to get Dan Ashworth in, loads of money. He comes in and they get rid of him after 3 or 4 months, whatever it was. So they paid him a load of money to get him out the club. I don't think it's beyond the realms of possibility they do the same with Amorim. I really don't. He's the best 5 goalkeeper in the Prem. But look, I'm going to be back here tomorrow for Nottingham Forest against Ipswich at 7:30 kickoff. So I'm going to be here tomorrow for that. I might do a live later tonight, if people want to have another chat about this. But yeah, I might go live later tonight, maybe about 9:30ish. So give me a couple of hours to get back. And we'll have a chat again about it tonight. But if not, I'll be here tomorrow for Nottingham Forest against Ipswich. Make sure you go to YouTube and subscribe on YouTube. I'm posting videos every single day on YouTube. Make sure you're following on TikTok as well, if you're not already. Thanks to the people who liked and shared the live. It was really, really helpful. Love yous forever. Love yous to bits. Makes a massive difference, as you know. Trying to grow the channel. I'm all new to this. And yeah, it was a really good game. Really good game. Fulham go through. Man United. What can we say? What more can we say? Yeah. Really appreciate everyone in the chat. And I'll see yous